Alright. This, I can already tell, is going to be a little bit too big. A little bit of that. And we should be good. Alright, looks like we're good. So, hello people of the internet. It is I, Soulrack Dragon here, back with more Fate's Grand Order, where we will hopefully be finishing off the Ooku today. Before that, though, there is a little bit of news. The first is the items available with the April exchange ticket. Metals, needles, and fangs. Gotta go for those fangs, because I'm in fang hell. And the last bit is that there has been an update to the event here. Not really sure. Oh, it's the challenge quest was released today. Got it. So that's what it is. So the challenge quest was released today. Probably not going to do that in today's stream. Mainly going to focus on actually clearing the main story of the event. Because I am fairly far behind in that, but not in other things. Also, we have 8 things to claim. Archer, Caster, Friend Point Summons, Enemies, 40 enemies, 15 heavens, Lantern party 5 times, Assess... Wait. Was that... That one was not... Why was that in there if that's not... I'm confused. Well, confusing all that might be, we're gonna keep going. So, the Ooku. There are 6 quests we could be doing. Most of them are free quests. We only have one path of the story to take us right now, and it's likely going to lead us to the very center, where will be the way down. So let's continue with Act 6, Myriad of Women, Part 3. And if it wasn't obvious, I did not actually do any grinding off-stream. I just did not have the time. We will go ahead and switch you to Merlin, or to Wava, so that we can definitely get an NP off. Poor Kama. She's not even being used in her event anymore because I want to actually do this at decent pace. Maybe later. Maybe I'll use her in whatever the super tough boss fight is, you know? Who knows? I don't know. Never thought myself superior to others. I've never assumed I know better than them. But at times I have wondered why people think the way they do. We choose and recommend good things because they are good. We shun bad things because they are bad. Almost everything in this world proceeds smoothly, as long as one keeps those 2 ideas in mind. Politics, relationships, economics, and though I only experienced it once, even war was no exception. If you cannot clearly ascertain which is the good and which is the bad, all you need to do is compare them. If it is difficult to compare them, all you need to do is try from another perspective that makes comparison easier. That is all. Which is why I could never understand why following this process led to me becoming known as Wise Izu. This is not wisdom. All I ever did was follow this logic to its natural conclusion. I did what I needed to be done, and refrained from doing what should not be done. It is a simple process, as straightforward as the spring that drives mechanical dolls. If it is wound, they move. If not, they stay still. There is nothing more to it. I knew there were some who did not like me for constantly taking such a simple approach. Those people would say that I was clever, but they were also cold and heartless. But there is nothing I could do about that. This is the only way I know now. When that woman proved herself a genuine deity beyond any doubt, and humiliated Tokugawa beyond measure. The same logic I've always followed determined that this was good. Nobody can defeat a god, no matter how hard that one tries. Therefore, well, Wise Izu's never met me. Or Gil, I suppose. It's futile to pass through this floor without succumbing to its temptations. Why can you not see that? Lord Nobutsuna, oh my, this is just... Oh my, what happened to you? Here to my worst nightmares, I never dreamed you would degrade yourself like this. Yikes, look at all of them waiting on him. He looks like an old-timey villain surrounded by a harem. I mean, you know, you gotta give Kama some credit. That'd be one way to get followers, if you promise them their own harem of you. And you're really hot, I suppose, so. What is the meaning of this, Matsudaira? You forego alcohol and tobacco, but drown yourself in women. Heh, what's wrong with that? Of course, people will indulge in what they think to be good, Lord Minori. You only choose to indulge in alcohol and tobacco because you found them good. Neither alcohol nor tobacco ever tasted good to me, so I voted them as something bad. That is all there is to it. Still, I will admit, I do not know how enjoyable this was until I gave it the opportunity to experience it. There's nothing quite like having women wait on you hand and foot, and not just any woman, but limitless copies of the goddess of love herself. No ordinary woman could ever hope to compare to that. Not the fairest princess, nor the most glamorous courtesan. Hey, Phoenix! Welcome, welcome. How be things, how be things? Yes, finish in quotation marks. I'm hoping to at least finish the story. Well, I kind of guessed as much. I kind of guessed. No human could possibly resist drowning in such pleasures. Stop, I don't want to hear that sort of thing from a man I raised as though he were my own son. No, he can't help who he's attracted to you. All I want to know is, are you going to let us pass or not? Because it kind of sounded like you weren't. No, my thoughts on the foolhardiness of your endeavor were merely my personal opinion. If Lady Kalma wishes it, I will gladly step aside. But as I suspected, it seems she wishes to engage in the pleasures of the flesh with all of you as well. For just straight, I'll need today and a second day? Really? There's still that much of the freaking story left, good lord. This is just feeling tremendously long, I'm not gonna lie. So it seemed. The Ooku's Intermost Chamber should be just past this room. This is the climax of the story. Are you sure it'll be okay, Lord Soul? As your acting witness, I can't help but worry. You're not going to see something that's a bad influence on you, are you? Yeah, there's worse influences at Chaldea. Much worse. Oh my! It's alright, Subone. That doesn't matter what Kama and Matsudaira say. As long as we don't do what they want, it'll just be an ordinary battle. I'm still concerned we don't know what exactly these Kama clones are. But for the time being, I'm not going to worry about anything except securing the path to our goal. So, your orders, please. 1.5 stream, not a full one? Okay, that's not terrible, I suppose. But I mean, like, I've got to be at the very precipice of the final floor here, the 5th floor. So, like, how much more story can there really be, I'm wondering? There's got to be an insane amount left still. Alright then. So, this is not the turn for Okitan to act. Just focus on a little bit of damage here. I need a brave chain from Okitan before I can act here. The bravest of chains. Ooh. Oh no! Frickin' Waver! Why? Mother trucker. At least I still got a brave chain next turn as well, you know. But Charming Wava? How dare you? How absolutely dare you? Only 2 people get to Charm Waver, and now those 2 people are Rhines and Gray. Those 2 are the only. Oh my god, it's longer than one. That's bad. That is bad. I didn't realize it was longer than 1 turn. I didn't pay attention. Probably a couple hours, at the very least. 2.5 probably, maybe 3 if I can squeeze it. I sadly can't go, like, super late, because I do have a test that needs to be done by midnight. And they allocate 3 hours for the test, so it's a long test. And now you do Okitan, you witch. I don't like this. I don't like this fight at all. I don't like it. I should have acted at the first turn, shouldn't I have? But I won't be able to finish today? Well, I'll make as much progress as I can at the very least. And there goes Waver. Well, I think I'm gonna have to give this another shot. And NP right off the bat next time. 5-ish hours total. Hot damn. Oh yeah. I'm just gonna withdraw. There's no point. I can't win that one. Okay, so starting things off, we're gonna Noble Phantasm Blast right to begin with. Which means... I think Merlin in that case. I think Merlin would be the wiser option. just because... Well, actually, no, Okitan only gets 25% because I don't have her all the way maxed up, so it's gotta be waiver. Well, only one way to find out, Phoenix. Only one way to find out. I would say I would do a stream tomorrow as well, but I do have a viewing to go to, so not really gonna be able to after that, you know? Or before that, since I'm going pretty much right after work. Alright. Let's go, Okitan. At the very least, we'll get these commas out of the way. But how be things for you, Phoenix, by the way? How be things? I do so hope they are good. As always, I hope everybody's having good days. Oh wow, one of the commas survived. That's kind of surprising. That one did not. Well, I guess that NPing off the bat was the right decision. You're taping your toes before work. Uh-oh. What's wrong with your toes? And what kind of work do you do that you need to tape them? I know they say great heroes are fond of the pleasures of the flesh, but that many concubines? It's no wonder some people think he's a maniac. What are these people of Japan supposed to think with a lecherous shogun like that leading them? If only he would devote half as much energy to governing as he does to the bedroom. What's wrong with having lots of children? I was taught that children are our greatest treasure. That the more children I have, the safer our family's future is. I'm just putting that into practice. Ah, you got infections that you need to keep clean. Yeah, feet infections are never good. Any kind of infection. So you have an open wound then or something? Or cellulitis. Or gout. Could be any of those things, I suppose. So why do they all speak of me with such disdain? Why do they go around calling me lecherous shogun or worse? You have done nothing wrong. Children are power. Having many of them is far better than letting your bloodline die. I love your desire to have many descendants. I can give you as many concubines as you like. If you tire of one, there will always be someone new to take her place. Now come, let's go to the Ooku. You can stay there as long as you like, whenever you like, for the Ooku exists solely for you. Ah, ingrowns. Yeah, ingrowns. See, I was thinking like specific infections, but yeah, ingrown toenails, those can be pretty bad. Ingrown toenails can be pretty bad. Oh, foolish. If you only had given to your desires and consigned yourself to wandering the Ooku for eternity, you could have been happy. Once you go beyond this room, you will... Let's go after him. There's no point staying here any longer. Okay, but let's make sure we're at least minimally prepared first. Plus, it looked like they dropped another pillbox. I would like to hurry on, but I suppose you're right. Once we go down those stairs, I'm certain we'll find everyone who was abducted. We must rescue them no matter what. They are the reason we have come all this way. I suppose not. I wonder why that is. I do have a feeling that any other version of me would be curled in terror under our circumstances. But now I think I know something that no other me does. Yes, dying is painful and scary, and I am terrified of it. But I also have other thoughts, feelings and wishes that are precious to me. And I am just as scared of losing them as I am of losing my life. So I think at this point, I want to ensure not just my own survival, but that of the people I have come to care about as well. You grab comma and Galatia? Is that the right pronunciation? I wanted to say Galatia, but looking at that spelling, again, is it Galatia? Perhaps is the proper pronunciation, I wonder. But congrats on both, congrats on both. Her pants have become quite the meme. Galatia's pants. They are quite the meme. But I guess Shahara's gotten some growth. So, as long as she apologizes to Romani for the comment she made, then, then it's complete forgiveness. But, Galatea. Got it. But, Shahara's still pretty low down on my list. Though I did originally draw my sword in order to rescue Lord Imetsu. My true wish for my sword is to help others lead better lives. I was already prepared to use it, but if I can help make your wish come true as well, it will be my honor to do so. Fear not. Thank you. There's no tantalizing climax at the center of the Ooku. Jeez, this one doesn't know anything. So we get the 11th in row. Ooh, my neck. Another quartz. There shouldn't be any splits. Okay, there is not. The enchanting corridor. Honestly, this labyrinth is huge. Very freaking huge. Good gracious, it's gigantic. Maybe all this time spent wandering the labyrinth has gotten you used to the place. Everything looks so familiar now. Maybe it's better to say that your body's adapting. You feel like you want to stay here. What a strange sensation. So strange. The dreamy hallway. How did all the shogun during the Tokugawa period feel about the Ooku? I'm not gonna lie, they probably were very happy about the Ooku. Ooku is the Tokugawa, and the Tokugawa are the Ooku. Also, I have no idea if I'm even pronouncing Ooku right or not. That thought has kind of like occurred to me a little bit, but it looks like the proper pronunciation, but you never know. Wasn't spoiled on her true nature in the event. I do know she's one half of Beast the Third. That's the extent of what I know, is that Kama is one half of Beast the Third. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted her, just because she's the exact opposite of She Who Shall Not Be Named, But that's kind of it. Whoa! Lordy Lou. Act 7, God of Love. Let us go ahead and bring in Melt. Melt, it's time to melt this foe to oblivion. That's what you're talking about? I mean, I wasn't spoiled recently. It was way back when. Yeah, I mean, it was way back when the Ooku event first happened. I was spoiled on... See, the thing is at first, this was just an ordinary event in JP. And outside of, like, Summer and Story, I try to keep up on what's going on with the events in JP. I, like, read the plot summaries and all that stuff. Now, this one didn't have much translation, but I was able to, like, get an idea of what was going on with this event through the course of reading it. And Kama interested me just because she had different ascension levels. So, I was made aware at the end of it that she was a beast. And then I kind of stopped following because I didn't want to know what happened afterwards. Like, how we overcome, why she's a beast, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, and I mean, I guess it was revealed later, like, in the next Lost Belt, that this event actually ties into the next Lost Belt somehow. Not sure how, but... It's about time you lot got here. Go on, kick back and relax. That's an order from the Shogun. He's here? I know you told us what happened to him, but I still can't believe how fun... I mean, weird this is. They give us a preview a week ahead of time? Oh, you see, I remember... I don't think I actually watched the cinematic when it first came out. I never watched the Japanese version of the cinematic. I don't think I've watched any of the Japanese versions of the cinematics just because I like to see the translation text, you know? Except, I can't say that. I have watched what will be this coming summer's one because they said there was talk of Melt being in it, and of course, I love Melt, so, you know. I remember seeing her skate around on a roulette table, I want to say. That's kind of the only thing I remember. Oh, and Okita with a jetpack. I remember that as well. But yeah, I try not to watch the things. Oh. Huh. Clever. Very, very clever. Yeah, I wouldn't have realized it. Like, don't get me wrong, I would have loved to go into this event completely blind. But knowing what's going to happen, I kind of want to see how we get there. Sort of like how I went into the CCC event completely and totally blind. I didn't really... Before the event actually happened, Melt was just a, I want her because she seems like she's going to be a good servant thing. And it wasn't until after the event that I fell in love with Melt as much as I did. I didn't know about She Who Shall Not Be Named or any of that kind of stuff. It was all blind for me, so... When it came time for the rerun that just happened, getting to play that with the knowledge that I have now was so much more satisfying. And I still feel like when this event has its rerun, I'll still get that satisfaction because I will know the full story and the full context of the event, and I'll probably be able to see things that I missed before, you know? His mind must have been tampered with like ours were. We're here to save you, Gordy! You still fail to understand how unbelievably foolish. No, that's just how you humans are, you know. Just when you think they can't possibly get any dumber, they say something like that. Oh, so hopeless. But no matter how much I detest them, I can still love them anyway. I'm the god of love, after all. I don't like it, but this statement is true. These two are nothing alike. One of them is actually good, and the other one is a hideous old hag. Be quiet, no more nonsense. I want to know where you're keeping Lord Imetsu. You don't really think I'm just going to tell you that, do you? No, I can see you don't. So I'm going to surprise you by actually answering honestly. I have to admit, when you hate someone, it's fun to take the wind out of their sails. I can agree with that. Anyway, Imetsu, was it? The shogun who was originally here? Oh yes. He was the first anchor. Very important. I know they're both evil, but, like, I'm talking... One of them is... I don't know. One of them is good in the way I like them. It's kind of good, you know? They're that kind of good. They're a good character to like, sort of thing. Plus, again, I'm not really sure, and maybe I'll be proven wrong. I mean, yes, the... ends don't justify the means here, but based on what I'm seeing, Kama just wants everybody to engage in debauchery. Evil to a degree. It's kind of a very arguable version of evil. 3 and 6. 6 is split in half. Although I don't think 6 is split in half because the halves can't reconcile. I'm pretty sure it's because it's meant to represent two parts from the Book of Revelation. One is the Beast of Revelation, and the other is the Whore of Babylon, her rider. It's sort of not... It's not really that they're irreconcilable halves of each other. It's more that they're two halves that work in unison. I think would be more the point. Based on the lore that I've read. That's why I'm holding on to him myself. Let's see. Here we go. Kama gives love to all, and she who shall not be named takes all the love for herself. And giving love to all is not a bad thing. Oh, the shoguns are... So I've got a lot of shoguns with me. These are probably worth a fortune to the right bandits. I could probably make a fortune from this ransom.
Huh? Did she just take that out of her cleavage? No, wait. That came from her chest, is that?
A pillbox.
Uh-huh. These are the anchors. They're the Shogun's life energy. Their souls, basically, all wrapped up in nice little packages. And please don't ask what it is they're anchoring. Even you clowns have worked that out. It's the Ooku, right?
So you say that pillbox he holds is actually Lord Imetsu's soul? Okay, I mean, it hasn't shown up officially, but I'm pretty sure that Beast the Sixth is the beast that was supposed to be in Fate Prototype, I want to say. I want to say Fate Prototype was supposed to have Beast the Sixth as what Arthur is the one to be facing. I want to say. That's the beast that he's chasing after, or something. Yeah. And then Nero is speculated to be the Whore of Babylon, the other half of Beast the Sixth. So you say that pillbox you hold is actually Lord Imetsu's soul?
That's right. Tell you what, I'll be extra nice and start at the beginning.
Oh, really? When you said that, I was actually going to question. I know that Arcade has a different singularity for the sixth one, and they're Jerusalem rather than Camelot. So Beast the Sixth actually shows up in it. That's actually really interesting. I need to try and find a story summary of what happens in the Jerusalem singularity now, because I'm legitimately interested. There's been the whole theory that Arcade is a divergent timeline from the mobile game of FGO, which, just will inevitably lead to the crossover event of the century. FGO crosses over with FGO Arcade. But, I actually kind of want to read this summary now.
When I first showed up here, I started out by creating a single room I could make into anything I liked. There's a tiny little zone, part of me in a way, that I fit into the empty bit of space inside the real Ooku. I then invited Lord Imetsu to join me there once he paid the Ooku a visit. All it took was a few words and a few steps off his usual path. Once he came inside, I entertained him myself. I didn't stop until he was satisfied. I didn't stop until he forgot about everything else. He must have been so exhausted from his duties, because he put up almost no fight at all.
Hey, J6. Welcome, welcome. Happy things. How dare you be so brazen with Lord Imetsu?
I'm just telling like it is. Anyway, after I got a hold of Lord Imetsu's soul, I followed his bonds, his connections, to gather more material.
Okay, I'm gonna be looking at the Beast Disambiguation on the Type Moon Wiki. To see Beast the B666. Okay, B666 is Fate Prototype. I was right. Fate Prototype is B666, Beast of 666, which is one half of Beast the Sixth. I was right. Ha! I'm brilliant! It was from Fate Prototype. My memory is infallible. Vitch will turn out to be Beast the Fifth. You have no proof, but you can see it happening. I mean, okay, so given what we know of FGO lore, Vitch is obviously an aspect of Tamomo. And based off of what we know from CCC lore, like the legit CCC game, Amaterasu is a potential beast. She's a beast candidate, I think, is the proper words, much like Merlin is. So I can definitely see since Tamomo Vitch is an aspect of the original Tamomo, who's an aspect of Amaterasu, I can definitely see her as having the potential to become a beast. Whether or not she does, though, Lord only knows. In other words, oh, what is these other words, J6? Are you about to speak a foreign language?
I dipped down into the nearby castle town too, but only a little here and there.
But then you use those people's souls to build this false Ooku. When in doubt, blame Susuo no.
Oh no, I still don't have nearly enough material for that. That's why I decided to follow Lord Imetsu's connections vertically. And by that, I mean through time, his past, and his future.
So she reached through time and strippity swap grabbed all of his descendants.
Onimitsu had a lot of deep ties and all sorts of concepts. The Tokugawa family, the Shogun, the Shogunate, so it went for looking for people with some connection, both in the past and the future. Then I basically took all of their life energy, their souls, and made them into material. The little pillboxes we've been collecting are actually... That's right, they're actually the souls of several shogun from the past and the future. As you'd expect, being a shogun is very significant, so I made them all into anchors. Still, I only used them as guidelines when I was making the other floors, so I didn't really need any of them besides the first one once I was done. In the end, I just repurposed them as a power source for my attendants. Wait, have you been collecting them and using them yourself?
But why blame Susuano actually, J6? Why blame Susuano? And it's good to know, by the way, Destructive, that I can watch fan translations on YouTube. That is good to know. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Aw, that's so touching. So then after you built this Ooku, that was when you came after Chaldea. You tricked Gordolf into coming here, then you used his bonds to perform a reverse summoning attack on Chaldea.
Did someone say my name? Come now, why are you all still standing there? Go on, have a seat. You have my permission. There's plenty of delicious drinks and delectable roast beef for everyone. Ibuki? Yeah, I know only a little bit about Ibuki. It's very contentious as to if Ibuki is the grown-up version of Shuten that we've all been asking for, or if she's a separate entity entirely. I know there's some contention.
Maybe we should gag him for a bit so he doesn't ruin the mood. Alright, I understand how you made this Ooku, but I still don't understand what your goal is. I'm sure you didn't make this place just for fun. You obviously want to use it for something. Whilst you're on the subject, I also want to know why you attacked Chaldea.
You need more of an in-depth play-by-play as how she goes from Ara Ara to Shuten. I'm pretty sure that is, isn't that all, Ibaraki's fault? Back when we originally were introduced to the two, Ibaraki siphoned off most of Shuten's power in order to make herself strong enough, and thus we get the Shuten we have. I want to say, if I remember the Rashomon event properly, that's the case. That Ibaraki siphoned off a lot of Shuten's power, so that Shuten was a more desirable form to Ibaraki, actually.
Is it because we pose a threat to the Singularity Zone that showed up here thanks to your messing with the timeline? Or are you trying to grow it so that it destroys all of humanity? Oh, sorry there, Parvati. You're so hilariously off base I couldn't help but make a goofy face. Michael, really? You're still struggling with something that simple? Damn, you never change. Just like you couldn't figure out what would happen to a god who was ordered to get Shiva's attention by firing an arrow. You can't tell what's going on here either, huh? Oh, you're just the best at being the worst. Then again, maybe you just don't want to get it. I hate to break it to you, but that innocent act of yours got old ages ago.
Simple goal, huh?
Making a singularity, using it to destroy humanity. Wrong. I couldn't care less what happens to this place. I didn't have to use the Tokugawa bonds. I didn't have to make a new Ooku at all. I could have been the Topaki Palace harem, or China's Inner Palace. It's all the same to me. I only went with the Ooku because it happened to catch my eye at the right time. Yes, it happened to be just the right kind of place to drown you in my love, soul. Then your true goal was... That's right, I've only wanted one thing all along. You, soul.
Oh. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, we don't really see what an older Shuten looks like when she's not been drained of all of her power. So, who knows?
What do you call it? Noam Chaldea? It would usually be impossible for me to do anything with a bizarre place like that. The only reason I could manage it at all, Soul, is because you and I are tied together through fate. It's all thanks to that fate that my voice was able to reach Chaldea. I'd hoped that just inviting you here would be enough, like it was with Chubbs.
Chubbs! Oh, poor Gordy. Oh, poor Gordy. He's Chubbs. Oh, poor Gordolf.
But once that alchemist caught on and got in the way, I decided to have you make your way through this Ooku of your own volition.
Alchemist. Hang on. Has it been established that Sion is an alchemist? Okay, I might be missing things, but has it been established she's an alchemist at all? And actually, now I'm curious, and I need to check since I'm still on the Type Wound Wiki. Flamel. There is no mention of Nicholas Flamel on the Type Moon Wiki. See, now I'm just drawing conclusions. Maybe Gordy's family... Yeah, talking about Sion. I know Gordy's family are alchemists, but not Sion. Because I'm, like, wondering... It can't be coincidence that she knew exactly where to go. I mean, I know there's the whole... She looked into Trismegistus thing, and she was able to foresee this outcome and all that. But, like, that's... I mean, that might be a little too convenient. What if she's a pseudo-servant? I mean, again, it's a big stretch here, but what if, you know? Because, I mean, there was also what was mentioned earlier in this event, where she was disconnected from human history, I think? And that's why she wasn't pulled away, because she disconnected herself from human history? So, what are the odds that Sion is a pseudo-servant of some sort, I wonder?
But once that alchemist got in the way, I decided to have you make your way through this Ooku of your own volition. I can see you tried all sorts of tricks to get around it, but sorry, none of them worked. You might not have gotten as much as I'd hoped, but you still accepted my love and made your way deep inside me. And now it's taken effect.
Uh-oh. You're fundamentally misunderstanding something. Living Ibuki was through a process called Bunrai, moved to a different shrine and degraded into shooting over time while alive. I'm just saying about the story about this was super undeveloped. Oh, really? Huh. Is that something that's revealed with Ibuki's lore? If you look into Melty Blood lore, you'll learn more about Sion. Okay, I will have to do that then. I will have to do that. So, she underwent a process called Bunrai, moved somewhere else and degraded to shooting over time. But what is, so that's why you meant what is Bunrai, I think?
Master, are you okay? Please snap out of it.
Mental attack. No, it's...
Hey, worthless human, the one crawling around on the floor, what's your name?
My name is... No, it's not. I'm not a Tokugawa. Fools, even with an example right in front of you, you fail to realize the truth. Ha ha ha! Now, no need to prostrate yourself, soul. This Ooku is a curse. It's designed to turn anyone who makes their way to the Intermost Chamber by breaking the 5 precepts into Tokugawa.
If we define the Ooku as a place devoted to the Shogun's pleasure, then anyone who experiences pleasure there would have to be a Shogun, right?
Conceptually. Oh, it's in her bio. Got you. And she was introduced in Melty Blood. Okay. So I kind of don't want to look too much into Sion just in case of spoils. So if I search Sion up, will I get spoiled with things from further on in FGO that I have not already speculated? No, she was trying to corrupt me. She was totally trying to corrupt me to indulge in depravity.
Would you kindly shut the hell up? You're making a distraction of yourself. Anyway, Chubbs there isn't brainwashed. He was the first one invited to this Ooku after I completed it.
She is a vampire. Bleh. She wishes to suck your blood. Well then, I mean, if she's a vampire, even still, the detached from human history thing, it's a very slight nag in the back of my brain space that maybe, because I mean, she does have a servant as well. But we don't see any command seals on her. And we know that... And actually, come to think of it, summoning a servant, a heroic spirit servant, as a Grail Ward thing wasn't in place until earlier in this timeline. So... I don't know. It's just like something nagging me.
He turned out to be the perfect subject for my first Tokugawa vacation experiment. I never heard of such a massive specialized spell as that in all the stories I've ever read. Even if you are a divine spirit, there's no way you could easily. Yes, I can, thanks to the power of my love. All I have to do is prove it. When I prove my love, it makes the concept behind this Ooku I created even stronger. That's why I went with this particular kind of labyrinth. What did you think? The 5 precepts were perfect for proving my love, weren't they? People seem to have the idea that they won't go to hell as long as they don't do those things. So I just thought I'd suggest doing them all, and enjoying yourself on the way to hell. After all, doing what is forbidden feels so good. So go ahead, it's okay, just do whatever you want. No matter how much you kill, or how much you lie, or how much you drink, or how much you steal, or how much you fornicate, really no matter how worthless you are, I'll still love you, even if you go to hell. That is the proof of my love. Whatever you want to do, I'll accept it unconditionally and love you anyway.
Okay, I have to disagree with Parvati there. What's up, J6? But I'm gonna have to disagree. I mean, obviously, Kama's saying it in a very negative manner, but command seals appear even on the tongue in Fate Prototype. Damn. That's kind of sick. And sick in the cool way. But, yeah, I'm gonna... Like, on a very fundamental level, I have to disagree with Parvati there. That's not depravity. Not really. Yes, Kama's going on around it in a different way, and she's being very much more crass about it. But, I mean, Catholicism... God will love you no matter what, you just need to ask for his forgiveness. God loves all of his children equally. No matter what sin you do, as long as you ask forgiveness, you will be forgiven. I don't know. I have to disagree with Parvati here. Yes, Kama is very clearly not about asking for the forgiveness of it, and she's just all about the part of doing it. But the idea of loving you no matter what you do or what your worth is, that doesn't really spell out depravity to me, you know? That's just my personal opinion, you know? Yeah, I know. They are of the Hindu pantheon, so maybe it's different, you know? Maybe in Hinduism, that is completely different. I honestly don't know. But I'm just saying from my perspective, you know?
Define the word however you like. It does not matter. The recipients of Lady Kama's love will inevitably end up becoming Tokugawa, just like this man. And once they become Tokugawa, they can never escape her Ooku. Please snap out of it, Master. You're not a Tokugawa. You're just soul. Right, I may be your acting witness right now, but that's only because I sense you had talent. I never meant that you were a Tokugawa shogun in your own right.
Yep, different ideology and belief. True enough, true enough.
Please, get a hold of yourself.
I would ask that you two continue talking to Master. We will try a different tactic.
Yes, similar it may be, I can see the path we must take to bring this story to a close.
All that said, I guess Sol's Tokugawification is taking longer than expected, thanks to your pointless attempts to resist it on the way here.
I am... No! J6! J6, you've given in.
Fine, I see how it is. I'll just have to give Sol one last push to send him tumbling into hell myself. Once he experiences pleasure here in the Oku's Intermost Chamber sanctum, he'll no longer be able to resist turning into a Tokugawa.
We must save everyone.
Are you even listening to me, young man? Oh, you're so annoying. Look, I'll fill you in on a little secret. I don't even remember where I put everything from Chaldea, human or servant.
We'll learn more about the Hindu pantheon in June. Fair. I mean, from the way Kama's saying it, they kind of are both the same thing, J6. But yeah, I am looking forward to learning more about it, to be honest. And I mean, honestly, I might look a little bit of things up, you know, just for my own referential sakes here. But, yeah, if she doesn't remember where she put my Melt, Aresh, and Shelter, then nope, there can be no giving in.
They could be in the staircases you just came down, or they could be in one of the countless wallboards you walked by. Alright, I probably shouldn't say this, but the only way you'll ever free them is by getting rid of me. Doesn't sound so easy, does it? That's because it's not. Don't worry, that's okay. I might despise everyone besides me, worthless gods, hopeless humans, and pathetic servants alike. In fact, the very thought of them make me want to puke. But even though I'll always despise you, I'll still love you all, forever and ever, to the very end.
Also, I'm getting a very distinct sense that Kama's not all right up in the old noodle, you know? Kama's not all right up in the old brain noodle. You know? She loves us, yet she hates us. Although, I mean... Also, I was very wise in choosing Melt here. So, I'm not going to do that, actually. So, thinking of things, actually, and actually thinking loud, and thinking of the fact that, given what I know, like, had I not gone into this knowing that what Kama is, I would definitely be confused, but thinking about it when I know what Kama is, I can see why she can hate us, yet still love us. Not just because it's her duty as a god of love. Also, nothing new in that. Nothing new on that. And nothing new on that. Oh, wait, nope, NP gain up. But I think the reason that Kama can love us yet hate us at the same time is it's not warped love, or loving to show hate or hating to show love. It's more that, it's in her nature. No, that's not... I'm trying to put it into the right words here now. Also, excellent, double NP in a row for Melt. It's hard to put it into words, realistically speaking. Yes, Melt resisted it all. Melt for the win. Maybe not be a straight kill here, but will still be pretty potent. Okay, so as we learned with the other beasts, like Goetia, he pitied humanity so much that he was willing to completely and utterly delete them to start over with him guiding them the right path. He pitied them so much that he was able and willing to kill them all, yet he still loved him. He still loved humanity. That's why he qualified as a beast. Tiamat. She absolutely hated what her children, what humanity, had done to her in literally killing her and using her body to form the Earth. And forgetting about her, I think. But she still loved humanity, that she wanted them to regress back to a state where she was their mother once more. So, I know that she who shall not be named is the Beast R of Beast the Third, the Beast of Rapture. And I know that Kama here is the left side of Beast the Third, the L, or possibly, also, I might have made a mistake here in not getting some form of evasion or guts up, just saying. So, given that she's not Rapture, it's likely Kama is the Beast of Love. So, conceptually speaking, hang on, I got something. Kama would be this half of Beast the Third, the Beast of loving humanity, could only ever be something like a god or goddess of love. Because you have to embody that love to the fullest. Pity, regression, love, lust, comparison, that's right. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure she who shall not be named is Rapture, which is kind of just like lust, but I digress. So I think what Kama's deal is, it's not really she has a warped sense of love, where she thinks that she can only love us by... No, it's not... And Kama is giving infinite love. So she loves humanity much in the way So Kama does see us as humans, and she loves us as humans, but she hates that we are... I feel like she hates... There's a specific part that she hates. I'm not sure exactly what it is. Perhaps it's along the lines of... So she said she hates humans, she hates servants and all that. Maybe she just hates that we are so susceptible to love, that we're ruled by love. But because she is a goddess of love, she can't help but love that part of us, because we give her strength by being susceptible to the thing that she hates about us, you know? She hates the fact that humanity is so weak. I haven't gotten to that point. No, I have not, Deontay. No, I have not. Right now, it's just pure speculation here. But I imagine I'm getting there soon. And I can't wait to find out the exact things.
How is this happening? My sword refuses to do as I wish. It feels heavy.
Would you stop wasting my time already? I really couldn't care less about all that. You can do anything with passion and hard work crap. It just makes me want to vomit. Try to pull that nonsense on me again, and I'll just put me in even fouler mode. Great, here it comes. Your dragging this out has got me a bit fired up. I'm not even trying to release it. It's just slipping out.
There we go. That is cringe indeed. What, the whole... You can do anything with passion and hard work crap?
Huh? Kama, what happened to you? As if you didn't already know. Your freaking hubby did this to me, if you don't recall.
Also, maybe what Shiva did might have had some influence here. Just stating. Maybe Shiva burning Kama to ashes had something to do with this all.
It looks like her arms and legs are burning. And what's that glow?
You guys really have no idea what I am, huh? Not even with good old Parvati here. This is so terrible, it's fun. I bet there's all sorts of things you still don't have a clue about. Well, here's some food for thought. Where do you think you all are right now? Oh. Yeah, the floors might be borderline, but this inner chamber is me. You're all literally enveloped by me and my love. Go on, take a look around. See for yourself what the love enveloping you right now truly is.
We're surrounded by her love. She's got that hunka burnin' love. Okay, that was fucking awesome. That was awesome. The space of corruption. No battles this time. Hey, Larvitar! Welcome, happy things. Also, no, we're not in space. I think we're in Tron now. I've never seen the movie, but I played some bits of the Tron world in Kingdom Hearts 2. I think we've been transported to Tron.
Oh no, are you? You can't be. See, I finally figured it out, Parvati. That's right. I'm Ananga?
Good news is you have tropical juice. The bad news is you have both Kama and Parvati. So you can't decide which one to level up now. That is indeed bad news. Indeed. But welcome, by the way, Larvitar. But Ananga, the foremost one. So, Kama's enveloped a second god into her fold? Oh, you leveled Parvati, then got Kama, and you still don't care. Gotcha.
How'd I end up this way? Why, because Shiva incinerated me with his third eye, of course.
I know that story. The god Shiva was so deep in meditation that not even Parvati could reach him. The god sent you to get Shiva's attention using your arrow of love, but when you did, he flew into a rage and opened his third eye, turning your body to ash.
Let me tell you what happened as a result of getting dragged into that little shit show. As you can tell from my expression, that's just hilarious. Shiva's third eye and unfathomable power it possesses turned me to ash. That power was capable of incinerating the universe itself.
Well, damn.
It didn't just disintegrate my body, it made my very existence into something vague and hazy. Now here's a question for you. Don't worry, it's a real easy one. Let's say there's a void left over from Shiva's incineration, standing right in front of you. What exactly is it?
It's a form. Okay. So the concept of void as well, I guess? Now understand, the more powerful divinity, the greater the ramifications of the actions will have. Since Shiva's meant to incinerate the universe and he incinerated you, you could now be considered the universe. Oh, interesting. Have fun getting the rest of the cards? There's more cards to get? I mean, I have no idea what the cards even are, to be honest, but, like, I mean, Phoenix has already stated that there's still a fair bit left to go in this, but there's more cards to get? Hot damn. But that... Okay, when dealing with conceptual things, that does make sense. It might just be you, or it might just be because of how I have the screen placed here a little bit. I still haven't made the work to get this all fitted properly, like, because I can move this around. I haven't figured out the exact pixel measurements for this, so I pretty much just go a rough estimate to where all the edges are covered, essentially. But yeah, so since something that can be used to destroy a universe was used to destroy an individual, conceptually it could be considered that that individual is now the universe. Concepts.
Then on the conceptual level, you and the universe are now fundamentally linked.
Oh, I understand it. That's perfectly reasonable assumptions.
Sure, it doesn't make any sense. Normally it wouldn't be too much for someone to handle.
It makes plenty sense, actually.
But then that wasn't the case for me. I was no ordinary kind of love. Since this is the climax, I'll make it nice and simple. I'm a demon king. I knew it. You're Mara.
Mara.
I mean, you're still Kama too, but the demon king Mara side of you is much stronger. What does that mean?
The divinity known as Kama is also considered to be a separate divinity known as Mara, though they are often conflated. As the embodiment of love and lust, Mara is said to be the ultimate evil, leading all she encounters to their doom.
Oh.
Okay. So... There's two gods of love in Hinduism, huh? Interesting.
Well, both the same thing in the end. It's probably just a case of humans thinking love is evil. I guess I can see their point. Love can argue and make people just as unhappy as it can make them happy.
Okay, so Mara's the embodiment of the negative side of love in Hinduism, perhaps?
I just thought this could be a possibility, and I'm sure Sion and Mash considered the two divinities were linked too, since it's a famous story. But even if Kama and Mara are the same being, Mara shouldn't be able to come out that easily, so is she here now?
Demon King of the Sixth Heaven, Papayas Takejizaten. Demon King of Love who has gained the power of the universe.
Gain? I guess you could say that, but I'm not sure it's entirely accurate. I said Intermost Spaces, the Tokugawa Ooku is now essentially my own self-contained universe. Don't you get it? You're all inside me even as we speak. So I won't count on being able to use your bodies like normal if I were you.
Gravity control. Dangerous.
As I said, this is my own universe, so my own personal rules. I could end all your lives in an instant if I wanted, and you'd be able to do anything about it. And you think you're going to fight me? Please. Or what? Are you really going to take on the universe itself? Don't bother. You can't possibly win. So just give up and enjoy my love. Let my love carry you into the depths of depravity like the chubs over there.
What is Gordy's reaction to all this? I say, I was rather taken aback when the lights went out, but it's simply beautiful in here. I guess you could call this a drink under the stars. Ah, this is paradise. Oh, Gordy. Although, I say, you there, soul, was it? She's making lots of puns, you know. Very punny, which is very good. Yes, I did notice that she is a demon king of the Sixth Heaven, something similar to Nobunaga. Gosh, what's the name of the servant that was just Suzuka? She's the daughter of a demon king, I think, if memory serves. And Nobu is demon king of the fourth heaven, I think. Sixth. Yeah, I'm confused now. I'm confused. She isn't actually a demon king. I mean, I guess. Prostrating yourself in respect is all well and good, but I think you may be overdoing it. You look as though you're trying to dig a hole with your head. You need to be a tad kinder to yourself when paying your respects, understood? Otherwise, you'll put me right up my good mood. Ha 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 ha.
Nobutsuna, would you mind getting him out of here so we don't have to listen to him anymore?
As you wish, my lady.
Historically, Nobu never saw himself as a demon king, nor did others.
Oh, I see what's going on. I didn't pay you any attention before, given how pathetic your spirit origin is. Then I take a closer look. Trash, is it? Well, since you brought it up, I guess it better come clean. True, my being Mar is nothing more than a premise. The whole reason I'm here right now is because of another level of power I awakened. And the reason I awakened to that is because the scales tipped. What do you mean? See, this is what I'm talking about. Your body already knows what's going on, but your brain can't or won't keep up. The willful idiocy of yours is what I hate most about you, Parvati. You and I are two sides of the same avatar. You must have sensed when I was born in that rift that lies between us. Isn't that why you came to stop me now that I'm one of the evils of humanity? Because it's your responsibility as the god closest to me?
Like Goetia and Tiamat.
If the weight causing a scale to tip towards the right side is removed, then of course it's going to dip bound to the left. I mean, it's only natural, right?
You knew nothing!
Now that I've invited you into my own universe and changed into this form, I fully understand. You're a fragment of the right vessel. Aren't you, trash?
Oh, fragment my buttocks. Fragment my buttocks. She's the real deal. Just destroy her. I'm fine with this. You know, I'm fine with this. Just destroy her. That's fine. If you want to be the only beast of the third, then go ahead. Destroy her completely and utterly.
A failed beast with a master? What a joke. That's basically my reason right there. When you were still an immature R, it was Soul himself who stopped you from maturing.
That is right.
So, if as the immature organism opposite to you, if I manage to surpass Soul, that would mean I evolved further than you ever could. That's how I'll become complete.
Okay. I can understand that. I can understand that concept. So, also, I know that it's said in the upcoming El Malloy event that if we became a heroic spirit, we would have a conceptual advantage against any demon god pillars. But would we also maybe have a conceptual advantage against beasts? Because we've beaten down a couple of them. Goetia, Tiamat, She Who Shall Not Be Named. Oh, there's a part at the end that's going to surprise me. Oh boy, oh boy. Not gonna lie, I kind of like this form a little bit better. The orange and black and fiery motif looks really good. You know? The horns, you know, the horns are a thing, but I definitely prefer this coloration.
I am one of the 7 evils of humanity, Beast the Third, the Beast of Pleasure. I am the one who will cause humanities everywhere to lapse into depravity. So get it through your thick skulls. You're all in the throes of my love, the love of Beast the Third, L.
That's a face. That's quite the face there. Okay, that's a little terrifying of a face. And the beast. The beast. Okay. So I'm gonna just straight up and say, I'm not gonna go with any guest servant. I'm gonna straight up and try and see how Melt does here. With as much DACA as I can give her. So, I guess Infamy Scotty will do. Melt. This'll do. And as for this, I'm probably not going to survive a turn, but a Fragment of 2030 will do. Okay. Let's see how we do here, shall we?
A beast. You're one of the beasts of disaster that threatens to end all of mankind. I don't know about ending them all. I just want to do what I want and let the chips fall where they may. I loathe humans more than anything, so I'll keep giving them my love until they all lapse into depravity. I'm a demon king of love and I'm linked to all the universe. There's no limit to what I can do. The universe is infinite and so is love. Apparently, all caught herself the orifice of pleasure and the embodiment of self-love, and tried to gather all the world's love into herself.
Yes, she did.
But her selfish desires, her goal and her body all grew so ludicrously big that she ended up at the mercy of servants. Then to top it off, she ended up falling apart under her own dead weight. She may end up being more funny than scary, it turns out.
Hey, Mordred. Welcome, welcome. Happy things, happy things.
I'm not selfish like that. If anything, I'm the polar opposite. All I want us to do is fill all mankind, all the universe with my love. Make it sound awfully nice, but you'll have to forgive me if I'm a bit skeptical. Because if you're the same kind of being as Goetia and that he was a disaster for all mankind, I don't know it's as simple as that.
That'd be end of... No!
Simply that my infinite love will get to enjoy themselves forever and ever.
Okay, so... I mean, there's very clearly good intentions. All the beasts have good intentions, to a degree. Tiamat's intentions were a little bit more on the selfish end than good. But I mean, I can definitely see the good intentions of Kama. I can definitely see them. I can see the downsides, though.
I can satisfy any desire they have. I can rid them of any disappointment they have. I can spoil them utterly rotten no matter how hopelessly they may end up. And if I do this for all mankind, doesn't that mean I've saved them?
Yeah, she just wanted to be loved and appreciated.
No, that can't be right. That isn't real love. Fine, call it depravity if you want. The real name really isn't important. A goody two-shoes like you could never understand what's so great about a world like this. The perfect lover should never betray you, never disappoint you, never let you grow bored, never die on you. But you wouldn't know that isn't normal because that's all kind of lover you've been promised since you were born.
Your cat is lying in the ground like you put out. Aw, flat cat. I mean, you know, ideal perfect lover, yeah. She's not wrong.
Now come to me, soul. I know you're not even close to cured. You've just been desperately trying to fight it all this time, haven't you? I can't stand to look at you, and you're so garbage I can't help but laugh, but I still love you. I'll make sure you're all filled up. You're a Tokugawa now. You have no choice but to indulge in this pit of depravity. This Ooku filled to the brim with my love. Forever. Go on, you'll feel much better when you give in. Just accept it and this will all be over.
You're not on the waifu list yet, Kama. Not yet. So you truly are vermin, endangering masters and the Tokugawa family alike. I must cut you down, even if it should cost me my life. We cannot let it have master. There must be something we can do.
Master, hang on to me as much as you need. I don't even care if you have to throw up on me. Just don't give in. Whatever you do, you can't forget who you really are.
You're right, Mordred. You are right. We did preemptively kill Tiamat's brain. So I do wonder, what would Tiamat be like if we didn't kill her brain?
Oh, well, that's just cruel. Spartan much, are we? Just put him out of his misery and let him give in. It's okay, soul. Don't worry about a thing. Just give yourself over to me and lapse into depravity. This is a cold, lonely, endless world. An infinite universe without beginning or end. Here, I'll show you what love and desire really are. Just like I did for the one who trained under the bow-tied tree. You don't have to do anything hard. You don't have to search for any meaningless answers. I can provide infinite depravity for everyone. I can provide eternal satisfaction for all. It's okay, trust me. The fires of my love are more than strong enough to heat up this entire universe.
Oh no. We have to keep her away from Kyuubi. Because Kyuubi wants to stop he wants to stop the heat death of the universe. So Kyuubi and Kama are a match made in heaven. Advent beast, evil of humanity, overflows. Unlimited corruption to all.
Eternal satisfaction to all. And the universe will be filled with my love.
That might be slightly troublesome. Attack, defense, crit damage, debuff resistance, and HP loss at the end of every turn. Kama seems to think she can. This is a challenge, but what I'm more than willing to take. She didn't get rid of my buffing powers. Let's see how much a one smack from Melt will do. I'm probably going to be vastly devastated here. Throw everything in the kitchen sink at her. And lead with the Buster card just so the quick does a little bit more. Oof. I did it! That second bar is gonna be hell though. But I did it! I knew I could. That's my mount. That is my mount. The cat disappeared. Your cat was so shocked by the fact that I did it in one shot, you know? Just so utterly shocked, you know?
Weren't you listening to me? I told you you don't stand a chance.
How could I let this happen?
Not only is she incredibly strong, she has an overwhelming territorial advantage too. She just doesn't have the high ground, she is the high ground.
She has the high ground. Oh no. There's nothing we can do. There's absolutely nothing we can do. She has the high ground. Oh, God, no. Melt is waifu. Melt is pretty much second chair.
I really did not want to die.
Nope, there's no way this beast can win. Nope, you wouldn't. I would... If you turn into a beast, I don't care. I would turn right around and start fighting you. Don't matter. Don't care. You would just give me complete and utter justification to completely destroy you.
How'd you get so powerful? It shouldn't be possible. Of course it is. I'm neither the Kama nor the Mara you know anymore. So even though your mind and body are both falling apart, your will to resist is going strong, huh? Well, look at you flailing around like a bug with its legs torn off. Gross. Nobutsuna?
She took all of your servants. Without that, you would have no reason to fight. Next fight, you're screwed. Maybe. Just maybe. I mean, yeah. The fact that she took them all really does... Like, she reverse summoned them. And, I mean, I can get why, I guess. But, like, if she didn't turn them into materials, you know? And she, like, started to bring out some of the servants and having them say to join her or something as well. That'd be a little bit more messed up, actually. But, like, I'm sure if she sent out the invitation, not all of the servants would have just had to be forcibly summoned. There are some servants that I'm sure would have come to this place regardless. But, like, conceptually, she doesn't have a bad idea. It's just more, if she was the only source of love, then no. But if she, like, it'd be worse, like, morality speaking. But if she somehow brainwashed some of the other servants onto her side and tried to have them convince us as well, you know? Maybe not so much her as the only source of love, but her love igniting the flames of love so that all of us can fulfill all of our love, no matter what they could be. Maybe that wouldn't be so bad.
Yes, my lady.
I think I'm gonna try a different approach. Bring Chubbs in here.
Yes, my lady.
What's all this about? Now you're all crawling around on the floor. I've grown tired of all this playing dog. No more leaving others out either. Don't you lot know that feasts are supposed to be enjoyed all together?
Forgive them, Lord Shogun. Your glory is simply too much for them to behold. They are so afraid to raise their heads before you that they cannot even sit up.
Oh, I see. Well, I can understand how they must feel. However, this is the Ooku, a place where the Shogun can relax and enjoy himself however he pleases. Besides, knowing when to put up formalities aside is the mark of a truly broad-minded Shogun. So I grant you all permission to relax and recuperate here in my glorious Tokugawa Ooku as well. Now come on, pick yourselves up and have a seat right here. We can crack open another bottle of wine, partake in some delicious meat, and enjoy ourselves here forever.
Director.
Oh, wait, are you a Tokugawa too? You are, aren't you? Well then, all the more reason not to hold back. So that would mean we're related. I see, I see. I'd like that. It means I can truly let my hair down. Surely there can't be any problem now. Let's all just relax and enjoy ourselves here. What do you say? You know, this would be a really awesome place to just kick back and relax, you know? Not gonna lie. Just under a starry field and all that stuff.
What is this weight his words carry? Is this why my sword has felt so heavy? Surely of all people can understand, Taijime no Kami, that this Oku's Intermost Chamber, the place reserved for the Tokugawa Shogun. Here the Tokugawa can truly be who they are. The significance of their title is stronger than ever. Thus anyone who knows the authority of a Tokugawa wields cannot help but obey what they say here. Even if that Tokugawa should be a new Tokugawa from a western country.
It's nothing so overt as using your voice to directly control others. It's like an unconscious nudge to make you feel like going along with whatever they say would be a good idea.
Oh, why would you reveal such a flaw? Why would she reveal such a fatal flaw to this whole thing? I can now foresee how we can overcome this. Because by declaring us a Tokugawa and saying that our stuff is our words, our authority as a Tokugawa carries more weight than it normally would, all we have to do is use the authority given to us by Kama to overcome the authority that Gordy is trying to enforce upon us. It's so simple.
Why, that's same property too, of course. And for a Tokugawa retainer, I'd imagine this works on an instinctual level before you can even think about reaching for your sword.
You managed to beat full power Kama, but you had to use a quartz on the final bar. Oh snap. That means this is gonna be tough.
So servants who had their spirit organs pummeled to half to death or a human on the verge of turning into Tokugawa himself, that property alone might be strong enough to be a finishing blow.
You no longer have any means with which to fight back. I know Yagyu strength better than anyone here, and his sword may as well be made of heavy stone at this point.
It already contains poison. You know, in that case, use the authority of a Tokugawa to say, by the command of the Tokugawa, only I command this authority, and I am not a Tokugawa. That, by a conceptual level, would make it so that I'm the only one that can have the authority, but no other Tokugawa has the authority, thus making it so that a Tokugawa can't have this authority, and since I have this authority, I am not a Tokugawa, thus purging the poison and maintaining authority over the place. Concepts. I feel like conceptually it would work, though. You gotta think in roundabout weird logic. Another no battle node. But if I'm brainwashed to always want to be in power, then I would want to be the only one with that power. So, even if I am brainwashed, that is something I would probably try to pull off. You know.
It's over. You should have known all along, as I do. No one can defeat a god, nor a monster on par with one. Ah yes, I forgot about you, Kasuga no Subon. But there is nothing you can do either. You are still a retainer to the Tokugawa family yourself.
Oh, what's this now? A beautiful girl like yourself shouldn't go around looking so forlorn. Here, come sit by me. You can pour me a drink and tell me something funny. Don't worry, I'll be sure to reward you. What would you like? Beautiful clothes? A jeweled hairpin? Just tell me what you want and it's yours. I'm the Shogun after all. The world is my oyster. I can give you any many of gemstone you like. I can procure medicine that will work on any ailment. If there is none to be had, I'll have someone to make it. If someone else possesses it, I'll order them to hand it over or commit seppuku. So what do you say? Come entertain me, help me enjoy myself, and let me forget about my troubles. Naturally, if we should hit it off well, I would be willing to give you even greater reward. I have plenty of time tonight for us two. You... Yes? You fool. Ouch! Is Subone... Okay, so while Subone might be his Tokugawa retainer, she's also the teacher of the Tokugawa. Conceptually, she would have authority over over how a Tokugawa is supposed to act, since she is supposed to teach the Tokugawa how to act. Conceptually, it could be considered that she has an authority over how a Tokugawa can act. Perhaps. Thus, if a Tokugawa does not act in a way befitting of a Tokugawa, she has a conceptual, not right, but the conceptual need to punish? I don't know, I'm thinking in circles. That is not how Shogun is supposed to act. Ever.
Huh? What's going on? She's only a soul. She should feel more psychological pressure to obey him than anyone. The Tokugawa Shogun is supposed to be the one who holds all of Japan together. He's supposed to be the commander-in-chief who keeps his country safe. His temperaments and courtesy must serve as an example for every samurai in the land. That responsibility does not end when he rests. He must continue to exercise moderation in all things. Overeating is debilitating to one's health. Lecherous promiscuity and excessive drinking have no place in the shogun's life whatsoever. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, Tool. It was just a passing flight of fancy. I don't know what came over me. Oh, Tool, I remember her. Gordy's maid. Gordy's personal homunculi. Besides, I'm a grown-up now. I have my racing license and everything. I didn't even cheat to get it. So come on, let me enter this race. I've always wanted to try racing. I know I'm a one-man team, and I'm sorry I used up all of Daddy's in a steak. Wait, stop, please. Not the discipline room again. Poor Gordy. Oh, man. Huh? What have I been doing all this time, and why are you all looking at me like that? Oh, he's ready to... Oh.
Stop that. Dignitaries are not supposed to cry in public.
So why is one of your servants yelling at me out of nowhere?
No way. He's back to normal. Hell, it only took one slap. Guy must have been seriously chest trauma.
Oh, Gordolf. Oh, Gordolf is a gem. I'm not gonna lie. Gordolf is a gem.
Serious repressed trauma to remind him of something. Hey, wait. Can you actually hit him? Technically, he is a genuine Tokugawa shogun. Especially here. How can you possibly stand up to him? Why wouldn't I? If my shogun's in the wrong, this is exactly what I would do, no matter the time or the circumstance.
I feel like I was technically right here. But the shogun is the most powerful authority figure in the country. He's like a king. If you treated a king like that, you could easily end up dead.
Of course, it's grave crime to raise your hand to the shogun. Yes, it's punishable by death. But so what? If it's absolutely necessary to raise a hand to him to ensure he's raised properly, then refraining is not an option. That's the whole reason I'm here. Once I've admonished the shogun for his mistake and he understands what he did wrong, if the actions I took are still deemed punishable by death, then I need simply go to my death with my head held high.
Gordy uses Gord's money without permission. What a bad kid. So, I feel like I was technically right, since... I mean, yes, it is her willpower, it feels like, as well. But I feel like on a conceptual level it might work.
That is what it truly means to be a wet nurse. Even if my actions end up pointing a blade at my own throat, it's well worth it as long as they guide the Tokugawa shogun down the right path. My own life is a trivial sacrifice to pay to ensure the leader of all Japan is raised to know right from wrong. If that's how I must meet my end, I would die a happy woman. Are you freaking kidding me with this crap? That's just... I hate it. I hate everything about it. Just when I thought I couldn't despise humans anymore. You humans don't need to bother with that utter tripe. All you need to do is surrender yourselves to my love. If it's good enough to satisfy the whole universe, it's good enough for...
I still have no idea what's going on here, but my keen insight tells me you are an enemy. Not only are you dressed incredibly suspiciously, Soul is glaring at you like you're the scum of the earth, despite him being strangely out of sorts. Take this, my sadness, my lament, and all my sorrow.
Ironic Gord punch. No, Gordy! I'm the only one meant to punch the beasts!
Huh? You're an unpredictable one, aren't you? I can't say I saw that coming.
Hey, you know, he must be trying to imitate me here. His grasp on the situation is so tenuous, he's actually ending up acting heroically.
What do you mean, Lady Kama?
Oh no, it's okay. His Tokugawa vacation hasn't been completely undone. The shock to his system just temporarily reverted his mind back to the original self.
Come now, what are you all cowering in fear? She's just one woman. Follow my lead and... Oh, what's this now? Why was I showing off my face, Miss Shogun fist, like, liven up the party or something?
Had not one, but... Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. I did not choose you for anything but the gallows, the hangman's noose, the burning pyre, the Iron Maiden, the bronze bull, the guillotine, the headman's axe. I'm trying to think of more executions. So, dang it, I don't remember the names of the executions in Danganronpa. You could get all of those too. I chose you only for execution.
You get out of my face.
I'm still too harmless.
Shove, you already had your shot and you failed. The only love this universe needs is the kind I radiate. The way you try to take it all the love in the world for yourself, the sheer greed of refusing to be satisfied with anything less. I knew it. You and I are fundamentally incompatible.
Turning towards us. Burn her! Burn her! Burn the witch! Burn the witch! Burn the witch! Burn the witch! A single drop of water falling on your head for days. Ooh. That kind of, the water torture. The cards are karmaphages, huh? Karmaphages. Hang on, I'll answer you in a minute, Larvitar.
This pressure? Kara, you're saying you don't care what happens to you?
You mean you're going to shield us to the end?
Where's the third option? That's just buy. Where is buy on this? I'm trying to click the third option, but it's not appearing. Nope, we'll never see each other again. Nope, I will never show you mercy. Okay, gladly. That's something we can agree on, you know. Gladly, I will cut ties. King Hassan, please, cut the conceptual ties between me and this thing. Burn her! But I hate the nun for a great many reasons. First off, the whole concept of a beast of humanity is that they're supposed to love humanity to such a high degree that they're capable of destroying humanity. She sees herself as the only human. So her greed is incarnate enough that she sees herself as the only human being and the rest of us as nothing. That pisses me off to no degree. What she did to Melt pisses me off to no degree. And, I mean, the thing is, though, is when it comes to Melt, again, I didn't go into CCC event liking Melt. She was just a trophy for me, but I came to love Melt and the strife that she went through. So what she did to Melt pisses me off. The fact that she tried to take over Melt and then use Melt to get to me again pisses me off. It's just the whole concept of her thinking she's the only human, of being the embodiment of a love of humanity, but seeing herself as the only human, that's just, it rubs me the wrong way on such a deep degree. I hate Foe as well. I mean, not really. Foe is not the same as the Beast of Calamity. Foe is the infant form of his beast form. He's the infant form of primate murder. Foe is an infantile primate murder. Foe was shown that not all of humanity was that bad. And Foe willingly gave humanity a chance, you know? Foe is very complicated, and, you know, Foe saved Mashu, so I can never hate Foe. Foe gave me back my Mashu.
I gave them love, but at the same time, just for a moment, I was forced to give that woman some love too. That was so gross. But it's okay. I shouldn't be giving me any sort of more trouble now that I've completely erased her. I'm going to pull off exactly what you failed to do, Rapture. So just sit back and watch as I grow to true male maturation and fill all of creation with my love.
What will you do now, my lady?
Between Chubbs and everyone else from Chaldea, I still have plenty of hostages to spare. He has no choice but to come back here. All I have to do is wait for him to show up again.
Understood.
Besides, I've already accomplished for this sort of thing to happen. I still have plenty left to keep them entertained. You know that just as well as I do, don't you, Nobutsuna?
I'm your retainer, Lady Kama. I will do whatever you ask of me. Just say the word and it shall be done.
Oh, I hope she's killed the beast. I pray. Back again. Act 8, the end of the Tokugawa. And you know, Romani's sacrifice did have a big impact, not gonna lie. But I will freely admit, Mash's sacrifice was so beautiful that I'm both anticipating and dreading when that gets animated. Anticipation and dread fill me when that gets animated.
Master, are you okay?
I feel better now.
It seems the worst of the Tokugawa vacation has worn off. I'm so relieved.
Do I get to keep those fancy duds that Gordy has, you know?
She chose to stay behind so she could just help us escape. I'll never forget your valiant sacrifice. Please forget it.
If it weren't for her, we would never have made it out of there alive. I can never thank her enough. Master, is that you? Our connection came back so suddenly. Or rather, you returned to the surface so quickly that it took me some time to process your coordinates. Are you alright? From the looks on your faces, I'm guessing you have not returned victorious. We can celebrate our reunion later. Right now, I want to tell us everything that happened down there.
Exactly. Forget all about that pointless sacrifice of she who shall not be named. Primate Murder is the first of the 27 dead apostle ancestors, but he actually isn't a vamp. He just drinks blood to imitate Altarouge Brunestrade, the 9th of 27. I'm pretty sure that there's more than just vampires amongst the 27 dead apostle ancestors. I'm pretty sure that there's more than just vampires there. Never be able to kill full-powered Kama because of a stupid gimmick it has. Don't spoil the gimmick, Deontay. I want to see for myself.
So Kama's Mara and the Demon King and Beast the Third L. One of the beasts of disaster, huh? I have seen those occasionally pop up as possibilities during the Atlas Institute's investigation into the apocalypse, but I never thought I would get to see one from these bad events myself. In one sense, I'm now especially glad that I'm still not holed up in the Titan's pit. So she's just like Goetia and Tiamat. Or rather, she's the other half of another beast and still in the complete immature stage of her growth. Still, I can tell just from what you said that she's an incredibly formidable threat. She's a beast of pleasure with power linked to the universe who says she wants to shower all of mankind with love. She's not here anymore because she stayed behind to help the rest of you escape. And Gordolf is still Tokugawa in the Intermost Chamber. This seems like a good time to review the positives of the situation. Knowing that you're able to Scheherazade and Matahari to rejoin the team was wonderful news. I was concerned about how all that went down, since I didn't give you the detailed instructions as I had hoped to. Thanks, but I'm not sure if we've actually been much help.
I certainly want to help you as much as I am able, but I'm afraid it's taking all I've got to stay alive.
Well, at least now we know that Yoku's inner sanctum completely belongs to Kama, though we still need to think of a way to deal with that. Right, the first thing we need to do is determine everything we can about our enemy. What is she exactly? What can she do? And what can she do not do? What sort of properties does she possess? It's only once we have these answers to all these questions that our weakness will become apparent, and we can plan how best to strike. Right.
27 dead are Circadic elite of vampires. The original group was dead apostles who escaped from the roles emergency rations of the true ancestors, but it currently refers to distinct factions among the dead apostles due to some of having been succeeded by new generations. Okay.
Why don't we start off with one question in particular? Just what is the being calling herself Kama who waits you at the bottom of the Ooku? Well, we know she's both Kama, the god of love, and Mara, the demon of desire. I have heard that beasts have multiple forms, so I'm guessing her demonic side must have resonated with Beast the Third. Beast of Disaster usually to be fought with the power of 7 grands chosen by the counterforce. But since this is one is still immature and she's inside this Ooku, or rather herself, the counterforce still has yet not recognized her as a beast. That must be why we've not yet seen so much as one grand servant. Honestly, I think it would be way too reckless for us to just fight the beast head-on by ourselves, which is why we should fight her another way.
What do you mean?
We should forget that she is a beast for the moment and look for the weakness intrinsically linked to one of her other properties. Say her weakness is Kama, her weakness is Mara, her weakness is some other aspect of her altogether. Can you think of anything like that?
She's both Tokugawa and Ooku.
Mash says something that'll make me fight facepalm before the final fight. Oh man.
She said as much numerous times. But most importantly, she holds a pillbox containing Lord Imetsu's soul within her body. As much as it pains me to admit it I must. When I attempted to cut her down, my sword felt as heavy as it did when Lord Gordolf spoke. Furthermore, since this Ooku is in her sanctum as the universe and Kama is linked to the universe, that would mean that Kama is also linked to the Ooku.
Excellent. The more properties we know of, the more cracks in her armor we should be able to find. It would seem the Beast the Third has a lot more going on than other beasts we've seen to date. These must be Beast the Third's characteristics, or her nature as beasts themselves would say.
Yes. Multiple heads against one.
Master's right. No matter how dire things may seem, we don't have to face them alone. We've always fought as a team, and that's not about to change now. I think Kiara must have sent you back to the service because she believed we could come up with a plan if we all work together. So let's prove her right.
No, I'm gonna prove her wrong. I'm gonna do this myself.
Fortunately, we managed to find Anil Kamado even further out. Then we're out of contact. All we have now is Fate Yeda. Can anyone think of any hints that could help us crack this case? Anything at all will do. Now that you've told us the gist, I think we need to go over everything that's happened so far in greater detail. Tell us everything that happened after we lost our connection, starting at the very beginning. We will throw in all the data into calculation. I didn't analyze the shit out of that. Part of my French.
This is wonderfully reassuring. You truly have some excellent companions, Lord Soul.
I guess it's true what they say about great leaders attracting great talent. You must be a truly virtuous young man. As your acting witness, I couldn't be prouder. Pat, pat.
Right, pats. Maybe that's the key to victory. What are the odds that head patting could be a key to victory here?
I only wish the same was true for Lord Imetsu. With the exception of Lord Munenori, all he has is that traitorous Nobutsuna and the powerless witness. I'm so sorry, Lord Imetsu. But I can't dwell on that now. I still have to save him, no matter what, so keep your chin up, Fuku.
So concepts beating Kama. Let me think here. And that's everything. So, the Hanafuda cards obviously have the ability to undo the Okuification. So I'm sure the Hanafuda cards have some way to push back against some of the bonds Kama has, perhaps, with the Ooku. That's a possibility. I think King Hassan would be an excellent counterpoint to this beast, given that he has literally the ability to cut concepts down. You know, he wouldn't even need to impose the concept of death upon Kama. If he can cut the conceptual bonds, heck, given the fact that we have pillboxes, that'd be even better. Just cut the conceptual bonds of the past and the future from Lord Imetsu, then, you know, it's just Lord Imetsu, and Kama loses a lot of her firepower. I'm sure.
So thank you for telling us all of that.
But, speaking of non-King Hassan things, maybe flaying every single nerve ending from my flesh could work? Because, you know, if I can't feel anything, then I can't feel pleasure. But that's a little bit extreme, so let's set that aside for now. Although... No! King Hassan is 100% charm immune, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure King Hassan legitimately has charm immunity. Hang on. The Old Man of the Mountain. Yep, at the boundary. 100% charm debuff resistance. So, you know, he is completely charm immune. And, you know, that might be due to the fact that he has literally flayed all the flesh from his skin, so I got the right idea. But, another possible method, Kama wants us to love only her, so maybe having Mash with us, you know, or something else that we love. If we have what we love there, theoretically that could prove as a protection. Fire, although, given that I doubt Shiva burned her with flames and likely used just disintegration beams, maybe a laser would be her conceptual weakness. Or somebody with 3 eyes. So I just need to get an eye transplant, flay all the flesh from my skin and bones, and hit her with a disintegration ray, and I should be good. Oh, and also have somebody I love there. That loves me equally. I just hope there's some hint in that information that'll help us take down Kama. Sure there is. There was one thing you found that stands out as being especially suspicious. You already found something. What's this suspicious thing exactly? Hit Kama. Hit Kama with a disintegration laser. I imagine it was hard for all of you not to notice since you just happened to get a hold of them while you were preoccupied with the other things, and especially since you found them out of order. I might not have caught it myself if I hadn't prepared the database ahead of time. I'm talking about the Enro, the pillboxes you found. Kama told you that they were the souls of the great shogun from the past and the future, and that she used them as anchors when she built the Ooku, right? It is what she said. Well, that doesn't add up. There is certainly something important missing. What is it? Yes. To be honest, Kasuga no Subone, the next part might be difficult for you to hear. Please, don't mind me. Please, don't mind me. All that matters is rescuing Lord Imetsu. I see. Alright, then I'll go ahead and say it. There's one pillbox, or rather one shogun's soul you did not find even after you made your way through the Oku's final chamber. Namely, Tokugawa Yoshinobu, the 15th and final Tokugawa shogun. Final? Indeed, I can scarcely imagine how I would have felt if I had learned of this when I was not yet a servant. Lady Fuku, please try to remain calm. In approximately 200 years from this age of Kane, the Tokugawa shogunate will end. Aww, don't break it to her like that. I see, I was trying hard not to think about it, but I knew that every great civilization falls eventually. That was certainly true for the Ashikaga and the Toyotomi, ultimately. All ended just the same. I guess it really was too much to hope that the Tokugawa reign would be the only one to last forever. Let me just ask you this. What happens to Japan after the Tokugawa is gone? Does it go back to the turbulent way it was before, when the whole country was constantly at war? Yeah, I mean, the first statement is probably the most accurate. I see. Well, that's alright then. I can't speak for any future shogun, but I think the ones I've known will be happy with that. Lord Ieyasu, Lord Hidetada, and Lord Imetsu alike would surely say that as long as the world is at peace, and that is all that matters, that is the kind of people they are. Okay, so which daimyo takes over the shogunate after Tokugawa? None of them. The entire shogunate system of government is abolished. The right to lead Japan is returned to the emperor, and the business of governing is conducted by representatives chosen by the citizens themselves. Oh my, is that so? Well. Right, that's a crucial point. Tokugawa Yoshinobu's abolished the Tokugawa shogunate of his own accord.
Which is to say that he ended the reign of Tokugawa, clearly setting himself apart from the other shogun. I see that it does seem an unlikely coincidence that you haven't yet seen his pillbox anywhere. I analyze the pillboxes you have so far, and they all possess properties indicative of the shogun's reign. So, thinking logically,
The last pillbox may contain the power to bring the Tokugawa to an end.
right, so if Kama is both the Ooku and the Tokugawa, there's a better chance this pillbox will have some sort of effect on her. That is actually very... that works. But where could it be? Didn't you already explore the entire Ooku?
I must be there. I remember we found a suspicious wall at some point. Perhaps something is hidden behind it.
You found a secret passage. Now this is how a dungeon is supposed to be. Way to go, Kama. Oh, sorry, not really the time for that, is it? At any rate, the fact that she chose to hide whatever it was behind that wall means she does not want you to find it. That makes it even more likely that whatever is there might have an adverse effect on her. So our next goal is finding the hidden pillbox, huh? Maybe this isn't so hopeless after all. And incidentally, thanks to the inner Okudia that was stuck to Soul's mystic code, I was able to make even more precise noise cancelling and wavelength adjustments. So, don't worry, we should be able to stay in touch even at the very bottom of the Ooku.
I feel safer already.
Coordinates in for my best guess at your destination. I'm sorry we haven't yet to ask you to go in the Ooku again.
It'll be easier now. Oh boy. Waka, waka. Kama be derpy in the background there. Look at her. She looks so derpy in the background there. That's hilarious. Oh, that's hysterical.
And we may not be much help, but at least Scheherazade and I will be there for you from the beginning this time.
Yes, I can't imagine I'll be able to flip her shoes, but I will at least do my best as long as it does not put my life in danger.
But I don't know. I mean, okay, so I'm pretty sure... Hang on. I want to take one more look at that. Does King Hassan have a debuff on him there, perhaps? That lowers charm resistance? Because, I mean, as much as I like to say he's charm immune, it is just straight 100% charm resistance. Which is to say that if there is a way to lower the charm resistance, or if the charm debuff goes beyond 100%, it can be happening, you know? But I mean, just like if there is a death percent chance, then technically speaking, I could inflict instant death there. But I mean, I think from a lore perspective, he is immune to charming. Like, from a lore perspective, he would be immune to a charm. But in-game, they probably also intended him for him to be immune to charm. And they then put in somebody who does a charm resistance debuff. I think I always knew in the back of my mind that even the Tokugawa reign would end one day. Now I just know it for certain. I understand. It's unfortunate, but that's just how the world works. Still, what's going on with me? Why is it that, for some reason, I feel relief now? So I'm guessing Kama either goes beyond 100% with her charm, or King Hassan had a charm resist debuff on him. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 4 on each floor here of these mystery paths. Corridor behind the hanging scroll. You discover hidden passageway behind a scroll painting. Kama is straight up immune. Interesting. There's at the end of the passageway. Maybe there's treasure. Yarg. The bat room. Alright, let's re-put on the filters here. And I think we can safely go to Okitan and Merlin. And let's see. The moment you touch the treasure chest, a monster pops out. Le gasp, the monster! Essence of God of Love. So yeah, I imagine a God of Love would be immune to debuff. 5 enemies. I forgot to put the proper CE on Okita. That's my bad. My...
こっちのが得意でね。では、本気を出すか
しら。shoot. Actually, no, I've got enough. But I don't want to waste it on something that's nearly dead, so let's throw an invince on. Just for safety's sake. And then do this. Okay, so I looked a little bit ahead. In her Beast the Third form, she has a 500% charm rate. So 500 beats out 100. You know, them's the numbers after all. So it's not surprising that she charmed Shinsan. I don't think anything else has the high of a charm rate, though, so... Also, Okitan should be capable of blasting through this. I'm gonna actually check now if anything else has a higher charm. So, charm. That's effects. Debuffs. Charm. No, let's just listen all the status effects. FGO all charm percent. All charm debuffs. We got another Hamefuda and another lantern. Corridor behind the wall. Knock on the paper wall and the wall springs up to reveal a hidden passageway. The corridor is very long and it seems to continue at a great distance. I wonder, could I? No. I was wondering if I could, you know, just straight up say, screw the Hanefudas. But discover something that looks like a needle. Let's take it. Deadly poisonous needles. Oh, is she now? I didn't realize that. There are tons of holes in the floor. It's like something dug them up. This is the what room? Corridor behind the wall still. There are tons of holes in the wall too. Could these holes be a burrow? You sense something living inside the holes. Let's pass through quickly. The mole room. Oh my gosh, it's a naked mole rat. You know, actually, I think I'm going to keep this CE on. The room was a nest of lizards, just because, you know, I might be able to one-shot a Lancer here with this on. BAQ. The fourth floor is where the story continues. Okay, so I don't have to explore every little nook and cranny. Okay. That is actually good to know. That is good to know. I will probably do that here next. I need some more NP. Just 5%, please. Okitan. Just 5. That's more than 5. I will not let you fix that, though. Alright. Also, out of curiosity, is that thing on the side fully filled up at this point, or is there still more it could go? Can that little dot thing get filled in as well, or no? Does anybody know? Majin Power Zenkai. Zenkai boost. In Dragon Ball Z. Lots of currency, though, at the very least, which, you know, I'm not going to complain about. Saves me some farming later. Saves me some farming later. Even if it's not much, every little bit counts. Another Hanefuda. The lantern. Yeah, because I mean, it's not even like giving me a thing, but I'm gonna go to the 4th floor real quick. So I'm guessing this one. No, the strange colored wall. Act 9, the final Tokugawa. Okay. And in this case, we switch back over to Kama, because irony at its finest. I will give Kama a fair shake at full power, hopefully today's stream, but after that, I don't know. I just don't know. Uh-huh, so this is what you were talking about. You're not kidding when you said it looked suspicious. So now what do we do? Are you gonna cut it down?
No, I cannot do that without risking dire consequence. This Ooku is built out of people from Edo Castle in Chaldea, is it not?
Correct, but I'm pretty sure they were atomized or broken down into the smallest possible components before being used to construct this place. They were not physically bonded together or anything like that. So it's not as though you will kill whoever was used to make that wall if you cut it down.
Then that is what I will do. He was not a second deciding after deciding to act.
Did it work? Afraid it doesn't look like anything's changed. But that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with your technique, Yagu. It just proves this wall has been treated with some kind of special seal.
How dispiriting. My skills have been atrophied to the considerably since I was alive, if I can no longer cut through dark arts of this ilk.
Okay, let me see. So that worked. It's like this, and this goes like, Wait, what's this?
Figure something out.
Are you worried? Don't be. Mash and I have been brimming with nervous energy ever since we lost our connection earlier. At this point, there's nothing we can't handle. And there's definitely something different about this place. Compared to the others, it's almost like a giant keep out sign. But after scanning it thoroughly, I can see that it has a small hole. A hole with a very special function, namely a keyhole.
Oh?
That's because it's a conceptual / magecraft keyhole that's been hidden very cunningly. I'm sure it's impossible to find with the naked eye. It looks like this keyhole is designed to accommodate a long, thin catalyst like a card. And of course, that card would have to be possessed energy capable of interfacing with this Ooku, so... This might not make a much difference, but you're talking about those Hanefuda cards, right? Right? So one card alone will surely not be enough, but as you insert more and more of them, I think their energy will be directly converted into an unsealing program.
I see. Then I'm glad we took her advice and collected them.
I've been collecting them before then. I do wonder what they are, though.
Great, we've been investigating numerous hypotheses on our end, too. We haven't found anything conclusive yet. They've been a big help to us so far, so I don't think they're malicious, but... Unlike the pillboxes, they don't seem as though they've served any purpose. All I know for certain is that they contain pure energy with properties identical to the Ooku. It's almost as though they exist solely to counteract it. At this point, I'm just happy we can use them to break the seal and keep moving forward. Let's go.
And again, it all comes down to the playing cards here. I think Seto Kaiba would be one of the best servants in this place. Oh.
Well, this place is clearly nothing like the others.
Also, it looks like some kind of foundation. It kind of reminds me of the backstage area at a theater, since it's obviously meant to be seen by guests. Now then, what do you see over there? Everyone check out the large pillar thing in the center. Do you see the hollowed out section?
Ghosty goo.
It's huge. But look, this terminal has been assimilated into the pillar. It cannot move from that spot.
Hi there, Mrs. Tennant. I suppose you're the Shogun we're looking for, are you? Guess my skills weren't enough, let us talk to it. To go, that would mean... It's a bit heavy-handed, but I believe we have no choice but to defeat it. If this attendant is like all the others who were carrying the pillboxes that you've defeated, then she must be an anchor that Kama no longer has any use for. I don't think attacking her or removing her from the pillar will have any effect on the Ooku itself. It would have been a lucky break for us if we could damage the Ooku by fighting her, but never mind that. Our goal right now is to acquire Lord Yoshinobu's pillbox. If you have to take her out to get it, then do so.
Take her down to Chinatown. Oh, my neck. Fatal battle, 627,000 HP.
溺れたいみたいですね。浸らせてあげます。
Let's go, Kama, let's go.
シュリンガーラように。どれにしようか。古きルール。こういうこともできる。
Defense herself, arts herself, and yeah. So, I forgot, she is completely selfish. Kama. Kill.
いいですよ。堪能してください。サンサーナカーマ。どうか無限にまどろんで。
Oh yes, I did wonder where the final CE was. I did wonder why I only had 4 of the 5 event CEs. Inro. Battle's over. I can confirm the enemy has dropped a pillbox. Nothing special about this one, though. Well, what does it say?
Yoshinobu, this would indeed seem to be the one we're after.
Not so fast. We still have not yet verified if we're on the right track. I'll go ahead now. Scanning. No signs of mental corruption. No spiritual traps. No appear to be safe. That said, there's something wrong. As a mage from Atlas Institute, I'm ashamed to say this, but there's still a lot I don't know about this Tokugawa vacation. The fact is, it's a completely new concept, so we still do not have any accurate way of measuring it. So I can't deny that there's a possibility that these Shogun pillboxes may induce unforeseen side effects. According to Kama, Tokugawa vacation is due to the corruption that occurs as a result of making one's way through the labyrinth. But that doesn't necessarily mean that this is the only way it can happen. To be clear, I'm not saying this will worry you. I just thought I should let you know that I cannot absolutely guarantee this pillbox is safe.
It's our only chance to fight back, then I'm all the willing.
Yes, you're right. In the end, it's our only option. I do get the sense that our choices have been narrowed down artificially, but still, the Ooku is the enemy's territory, or rather the enemy herself. It makes sense that the odds will be stacked against us. We'll just have to focus on doing what we can at this point in time. So on that note, let's go ahead and add this new pillbox to your mystic code. And don't worry, this will not harm the soul of the Shogun inside, just like it didn't hurt the other souls. Picking up a new unusual wavelength. It has the opposite magecraft phase of the wavelength that you saw when you were developing into Ooku. Good. This means that it has anti-Tokugawa properties. If we tweak it a little more, we might be able to make it more permanent and convert it into a spell you can wear. Think of it as a kind of anti-Tokugawa coating. That's perfect. That's exactly what we've been looking for.
This would make our deaths that much less likely. Thank goodness.
This is good news, yes, but there's one missing thing that would make it even better. An ability to completely rid soul of his existing Tokugawa vocation. I mean, you can't do that. Well, unfortunately not. I still don't have nearly enough time to do it, or data to analyze it thoroughly. All we can really do with that pillbox at this point is reuse what's inside it for our own purposes. And since it's better suited for outward-facing uses, I think that using it defensively, namely a barrier that can keep Kama from exerting influence any further, is our best bet. Think of it as a way to stop her from flipping the switch that makes things worse. Oh, and I think we should also be able to condense it into a projectile attack like a gander.
Hopefully it gives me an edge. You do not care for this plan, Lady Fuku.
Well, I can't truthfully say I don't have concerns about it.
But as I've said many times by now, rescuing Lord Imetsu comes first. This is the only way to do so, then I'll happily go along with it. Now, as your acting witness, I have a question for you, children, and I want you to answer it honestly. Will this let us win?
I have no clue.
I can't give you any guarantees. All I can say for sure is it gives us a fighting chance. I've analyzed every means of fighting back that we have at our disposal, and I'd say we have a 50% chance of winning. Maybe less.
I see. Thank you for telling me the truth, Lady Bash.
I may have let Lady Paw handle the fighting, but I still saw what you were up against myself. I know that this enemy poses an unimaginably dire threat. You are all clearly aware that you could die if you face her again, yet you are all still determined to go back. I know that you all have reasons for doing so, but I cannot let you risk your lives on a 1,000,000 to 1 chance. I cannot just stand by and let people as young as you throw your lives away. So as your acting witness who has led you this far, please, don't make this choice lightly.
Kasuga. We do have a chance of victory. On that much I am certain, now that we have acquired this in row. So long as there is such a chance, we will not fail to seize it. And so there can be no chance of defeat for us.
Huh?
I was careless in our earlier battle, and the enemy took me by surprise. This time Master will be ready to fight. And if he is willing to fight, I would be dishonor him everything Bushido stands for if I did not ensure his victory. As such, I will not lose. Period.
You said it, Yagyu.
That's right. Master will not be fighting alone. As his servants, we will be right there by his side. When Master gains a new ability, it does not necessarily mean that we only gain one ability ourselves in turn. We could gain 10 new abilities, or even 100. That is why we are here. That is our purpose.
What she said, no matter how much we might seem to be outmatched, you never go into a fight thinking we're gonna lose. So I'm sure we'll be fine. I see. Well, I'm sure you're going to win. I guess there's no word for nothing. All that aside, Yagyu. I've only known you as Lord Imetsu's instructor in the warfare. I've never seen you in a real battle before. I suppose that mindset is shared by everyone who truly masters the sword as you have. It's like listening to a child in all Zen dialogue all at once. I couldn't help but laugh a bit.
I see.
All that aside, I'm so sorry to have rained on your parade. I guess I've become something of a worrywart in my old age. That's alright, Simone. I understand how you feel. If you were only worried about us because you're so kind. That's okay, you really don't have anything to worry about. I can also vouch for us so that we have every intention of winning this fight. After all, this is Tokugawa property isn't the only different thing we have going for us now. We also have Sion, Mash, and their invaluable information. Right, we'll do our best to make sure you walk into that sanctum ready for anything. So don't worry. I'm positive your next attempt will turn out differently. What she said. Alright, it's almost time for the final battle. Let's do this thing.
I need a snack. I'm getting shakes. The 15th Shokugawa in row. So you said the 5th floor is where the other CE is. So, let's go and do that first, I think. Locking eyes corridor. Something needs to be peeking through the Fusuma hold. This is not it. Okay, Tan, where are you? There you be. No peeking. No peeking. This is easy. Maybe less so since I forgot to switch from Scotty to Merlin, but I should seem capable. Top left. Good to know, good to know. next destination is the top left of the 5th floor.
人説をうがつ無辺な光を持って天命を立つ絶剣無休サンダ
Thought for sure we would get a kill on all of them.
あ、行こう。はっ。
罠。
はっ。
Oh, poor thing. Good night.
あ、行こう。
無駄だ。
はっ。
That one didn't stand a chance.
戦う前に勝つくらいでなければ。
Another Hanafuda. So then this one, Bashful, or Night Blooming Serious. I'll go this one, it's more complicated. The lantern that shines the moon is placed in the center of the room. Yep, there we go. Foreigner! A foreigner, oh snap. Danger, danger. We're up against a foreigner, yeah. And a saber. Sorry, Okitan. I think Gil gets to shine here. Shadow cast by the lantern starts to move. Alright, so we'll refine this CE into its maximum power form. And then we'll go and give Kama a fair shake. She should be at like full power here.
よし、戦いだ。苦手だけど全力でいこうか。この辺りいじった方がいいんじゃないか。何事もやればできるさ。
では。くだらん。裁きの時だ。世界を裂くは我が大利権。ゲヨ。
Good damage, Gil.
慢心せずして何が王か。
I agree with whatever you just said there, Gil. I agree. They were pathetic mongrels. Alright. Another one of these. Last one we needed. We get another lantern, and we get another free quest. Okay.
Yeah.
And MLB of the damage CE is complete, and it's a great suck as well. Very, very nice. It's not much, but it'll be helpful. Alright. Act 10, Ooku. Act 10, Ooku, Part 1. Again, I'm not even going to bother with any of the guest supports. We need to be smart and bring the Daka. It is again only restricting us to 3. So let's go again with the Melt try here. This time though with Crowning Beauty, Greater Glory. As for these, I don't know. Only real replacement for this is Fragment of 2030. Alright, let's see how Melt does. Welcome back, J6, just in time. Welcome back just in time for me to try and fight Kama again.
Hey guys, welcome back. It sure took you long enough. Did you finally come to your senses? You must have realized by now that no one will ever love you more than I will, if I do it grudgingly. So that is piece 30. Even over the transmission, I can see her incredibly malevolent aura. It looks like the adjustments I made are keeping our connection intact. I knew I could pull it off. So one servant of yours who had any chance of defeating me is now dead. And you two little buddies are all the backup you brought. And here I didn't think you had a sense of humor. Or did you genuinely realize how wonderful my love is, and you're all here to give up and experience bliss in eternal depravity? And I'm here to defeat you. And we're not leaving until you've given back everyone you took. Only two of us said, now that is funny. Have you ever failed to realize that we're not the only new arrivals here? The fact that we're here now means that all of our cumulative knowledge leading up to this moment, the knowledge that makes us who we are, has grown as well. Our technology, our knowledge, encompasses everything the Atlas Institute has mastered for thousands of years. Now we're going to turn that into knowledge, into primordial fire, and use it to drive off the beast. So,
Special Mystic Code, activate!
what is that? Heh, this anti-Tokugawa Matriarch protection and disconfirmation field that negates Tokugawification. We should be able to attack his mind now. And since we designed it to focus on protection outwards, it should also diminish the constraints that Yagyu's experiencing.
I'm in your debt.
Oh, I see. So you found that thing and decided to try using it for yourselves, huh? Wow, you guys must really hate me and my love, huh? A bit too hot for you to handle, huh? Fine, I get it. It's not like I'm new to the whole being hated thing. But you know what? It doesn't matter how you feel about me. Your brave efforts to fight back, your hatred for me, I'll love it all just the same. I'm the beast of pleasure. I consume everything with my love. That includes your animosity for me. Your will to fight back and your fear. Now I fire blood burn, lust burn is strong enough to envelop the entire universe. Now it's gonna help melt your hearts and soon the rest of you. Piece the third, aka Kama, aka Mara, is preparing to attack. The anti-Tokugawa field is holding steady, and your anti-Tokugawa prolate spells are locked and loaded. We should defeat this piece of disaster if we're gonna get everyone back to them, mister. Oh, good luck. We're counting on you.
We're all walking out of here. Together. Alright. Let us see what we're up against here. Let us see. Slay Beast. Kamamara. Unlimited corruption to all. Eternal satisfaction to all. And the universe will be filled by my love. Mega Desire. Decrease all enemies' NP each turn. More than a little annoying, not gonna lie. But I should be capable of punching through this first bar. Part of me wants to see... Does Melt have the damage output? Could I perhaps kill without using an NP in one round? I'm gonna try it. I want to see. What is our damage looking like here? Scorched Dust. Mara's Ridicule.
らしいでしょ愛の 私の愛に限りは 短歴してください。
Full drain. Kind of feared that. Okay. So. This turn we end.
どれにしようかな。10
We'll be able to punch through the second bar.
邪魔者にはそろそろご退場願おうかしら。メロが出るほど可愛いです。もろいもろい。
That's a good number to know.
楽しみましょう。
That is a very good number to know. Shiva's lingering flame. Spreading fire stuff.
らしいでしょ。満たしてあげます。満たしてあげます。
We're gonna save that for next turn. Because I doubt I'm gonna punch through this bar here.
ささやかに。
Unfortunately. Still get a heck of damage. Seductive Shrinkcraft.
どんどん甘えて。
There goes one, Scotty.
満たしてあげる。
Ooh, we have guts now. That's actually pretty good. BAA.
やればいいんでしょ。
Or BQQ, rather.
楽しみましょう。あ、
Close. Very, very close there. And the stun prevents that from going off as well, it looks like. Okay. Also, did I drain 2 from its NP bar or something? Because I could have swore there was more.
切り刻むわ。ささやかに。もろいもろい。
Another bar down. There we go. That last bar is going to be a pain, but a melt chain should be enough to melt it. It's not so bad. Master, look. I think Kama's horns are starting to crack. It must mean our attacks are working on her. We're almost there. Keep it going. I'm not so sure. It drains 3. Okay. That's pretty good. Is that really? Come on, I know I'm partly to blame for what happened to you, but that doesn't mean I can just stand back and let you become a beast of disaster. This ends now. Why, you're all just adorable. You're so laughably pathetic and impertinent that it's infuriating. You really believe you can beat me, don't you? I really wish this was the case of sour grapes on our part, but I don't think that it is. You must inform me that this isn't working as well as I expected. The anti-Tokugawa flags are working, yes, but this current situation is not at all what I planned for. This is still something we're missing, some final secret we cannot yet see. Look at you simple-minded optimist, jumping for joy about one little way to fight back. How annoyingly adorable. Since I love you all so much, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I knew you were going to find the last shogun and his Tokugawa ending power. I planned it from the very beginning. Seriously, if I really considered it a threat, don't you think I would have done a better job of hiding it? I wanted you to find it. That's right, that thing you thought was the key to turning the tables on me is all part of my love. You might ask, but Kama, why would you do something like that? Isn't it obvious? Because there's nothing so delicious to me as the moment when someone truly hits rock bottom. After all, there's no way to go from there but up, right? Makes you loving you all the more worthwhile. So please keep going down. Don't stop at misfortune and unhappiness. Keep going all the way past despair. And hey, Parvati, you know how you can use your spirit origin as freely as normal thanks to the rescuing that human, and how you had to borrow that spear from Shiva just to have some way of fighting. Well, I have a special present for you. I'm gonna make your spirit origin even harder to use. What are you talking about?
Think about it. Why do you suppose I choose to use Tokugawa and the Ooku? Sure, I said before that any harem would have worked, and the Ooku just happened to catch my eye. But why exactly do you think that is?
We have no interest in anything you have to say. Die.
Oh, close now. Close one? No, I think you want to hear this. It concerns one of your friends, after all. After the scales tipped to the right and their recoil gave me what I needed to manifest as the beast of the left, I searched all of humanity for just the right place and people. A place that would let me drag soul deep into depravity, and emerge as a completely fully mature left, the antithesis of the incomplete right. That's when I sensed the fixation on a certain woman at the verge of death. There's a shriek of love loud enough for me to sense it, and powerful enough to drive a stake into the whole world. This woman spent the entirety of her tumultuous life dedicated to loving one single thing. All she wanted was for her to continue on properly, to grow up as it should. Then after she had fallen ill, it was the last moments of her love-filled life she struggled, just like all humans do. She struggled with the idea that life that so contented with her was about to end. Why now, she thought, is it not enough I can die yet? I'm so worried about what might happen. I still have so much love left to give Tokugawa. You don't mean...
Subone.
I am the god of love and the beast of lust. I chose the fixation just because it was so comfortable to me. It even came with a harem, perfect for trapping people in depravity. Do you get it? It was your fixation that brought me here, Kasuga no Subone.
Ooh. Oh, poor Subone. Her desire to support the Tokugawas and always love them backfired on her. Oh no. Poor Subone.
It was your fixation that brought me here, Kasuga no Subone. How does it feel knowing that you brought this upon your beloved Tokugawa yourself? I did this. This is all my fault. Hang in there, Subone. You're only a soul right now. I'll feel the shock get to you. Right. I should have known. No goddess of grace, just like you could bring yourself to leave a dead weight behind now that you've already rescued her once. But I'm the only one who really loves her, which means I'm the one who can actually save her. You probably don't remember this, Kasuga, but I shared your lovely dream when we first met. A dream where you got to love the Tokugawa forever and ever, just like you always wanted. A dream where you get to keep raising and spoiling every shogun just like you did with Yumetsu. Tori, hallucinations you said you heard when you got one of those pillboxes? I suppose this means there were still some residual thoughts left in them over from Kama's actions. Probably I did use them to help me collect material to build the Ooku after all. They were the anchors I used to extend my reach into the Tokugawa's past and future. And it was easier to get them to be at someone's strong lines to the ties to Tokugawa, maybe Subone, than it was for me to mess with them directly. What have I done?
Calm yourself, Lady Fuku. Whatever happened in the past does not matter now. What we need to do is focus on the enemy before us.
That's right, who cares about the past? Sure, you'll never be able to make up for the fact that you're personally responsible for your beloved Tokugawa's downfall, but don't worry. I still love you. That goes for all of you too. Every nearby Tokugawa, every human in the world, every living thing in the world. I'll love each and every one of you, them in your place. I understand, I heard you mention this before, but I think it finally clicked. You may not take all the love of people naturally have, or bat out of existence. Right, a world where people are given unlimited love is a world where the concept of loving one another ceases to have any meaning. It'll be a nightmare.
That's why we are here, to make sure that does not come to pass. Even if Parvati can no longer fight, we are not going to give up until...
Actually, you don't have a choice. Deep down, you don't really think I can drive every human existence to depravity, do you? Well, I can. I'm the universe. Consuming everything with my fiery arrows of depravity is pretty much my whole deal. R was a hole that wanted to be the center of the universe, but as L, I'm going to be everything but the center. It's really not an exaggeration. This space right here, it's me too. It's me proven as we speak. Did you not notice? It's like I told you, I expected you to use the last Shogun's power. I wanted you to fight it. Maybe you should take a step back and think about what that really means.
Oh? You are right on a few of those. I'm not sure if she's waifu material yet. She has good intentions, you know. I need to see how this concludes. My head feels weird again.
Master, please snap out of it, Master. He's undergoing Tokugawa Kishi again. How? I keep trying to explain, but you morons just can't seem to get it. Hisoka only uses 5 precepts because they happen to fit it well. They aren't my true temptations. It isn't enough just to avoid them. It isn't enough to resist them. All that matters with my temptations is whether or not you succumb to the depravity I prepared. You managed to make it back to the surface and evade their effects for a while, but you're able to cut them off at their source. I know the Shogun Yoshinobu's pillbox is an anti-Tokugawa effects, but why isn't warding off this attack? All that's doing for you is making it so Soul has both positive and negative forces meddling with his mind at once. So it's really just a matter of which side can crank out the higher output. So this anti-Tokugawa barrier thing you whipped up isn't nearly enough to help, given how far into depravity he's already fallen. In fact, you've all succumbed, haven't you? You succumbed to the power of each Shogun without ever thinking about what was left for you to find. And you've succumbed to the power of the final Shogun I hid behind a seal that required you to collect those Hanafuda cards, the ones that look for all the world as a secret weapon.
Majority tick the crazy and hot boxes, so... Okay.
I noticed you still didn't have the last pillbox and the top of them came up last time, so I made up some excuse about how I decided to just repurpose them. But actually, I wanted you to gather them. I wanted you to use them of your own volition. I put them there expressly to help make your journey easier. You're already falling further and further into depravity's soul. Now that you've lost the Shogun's power, you've fallen even further. The whole concept of the Shogun represents everything Tokugawa stands for. So now that you've used every Tokugawa as your personal toy, you've fallen that much deeper into depravity. And since only a fellow Tokugawa could toy with the supreme authority that the Tokugawa family holds, you must be a Tokugawa yourself, which means there's no possible way you can escape being swallowed by my Ooku. Soon your transformation will be complete, and when it is, you'll just be just what I need to become a fully mature beast. The very act of us using these pillboxes was a temptation to depravity. This is terrible. I knew those pillboxes were black box tech, but I ignored their concerns because I had no choice but to rely on them. And now it turns out that they came with the most dangerous malware I could have possibly imagined. You lost the moment you failed to comprehend the true scope of what I'm doing here. You lost when you failed to consider you might be facing a beast and that you might be playing into her hands right from the very start. You never had a chance of winning without a good way to fully grasp what you're up against. If you had the presence of mind to stop for a moment to suss out whether you might be up against a beast, you probably would have seen your Tokugawa gauge shoot up the moment you first entered the Ooku. Oh yes, it's about time for the next phase. Thanks to how depraved you come, soul, taking one little bite from you is all I need to evolve. You managed to stop piece of third R's transformation, which makes you our greatest enemy. But now that I've corrupted you, I've turned you into my greatest ally. Light, what was that light that just came out from beneath Kama's cracked horns?
Chills. Whoa. Okay, I stand corrected. This form is the best form. This form looks awesome.
You see, this is the next stage of my growth. This form proves that I become even more deeply linked to the space in this chamber. These magical energy, but has grown even more. This can't be happening. Honestly, I don't think you all can afford to worry about fighting back anymore. The only reason you're even able to stand it right now is because I'm letting you. If I decide I'd rather you all just experience zero gravity instead, it's as easy as this.
Trippy.
I'm still giving you oxygen out of the goodness of my heart. For now, it's all conceptual anyway. Besides, I want to love you with all my words, too. I can't very well do that with no oxygen, can I? At least we servants can still hold our balance, since this isn't too different from using our spirit forms. But now Master is dealing with this, and Tokugawa attacks on his mind.
Sheen of the Lamp, please hold on to Master for now. Still, with Master like this, I don't see any way we can possibly fight back.
How many times do I have to say it? I am the universe, and you're already inside me. If you still don't get what that means, how about I show you what those far-off lights you've been seeing all this time really are?
Oh.
Stars, come on, you could at least try to remember. You've already seen them before. Who was that loved you all of the Loku's, who loved you all on the Loku's final floor? Me, right?
Huh? Wait, these readings.
I mean, I consider this a possible explanation based on what you told me, but... Sienna, are you sure the sensors aren't malfunctioning?
Ooh. That's terrifying yet hot at the same time.
That's exactly what it looks like. The beast is not a single organism, it's a colony. They're not clones, and she's not dividing herself either. They're all her. They're all the beasts.
She's a hive mind.
Of course I have enough identical me's here to fill up the entire universe. After all, how else could I love every single human in existence? If someone wants to be loved daintily, a dainty me will love them. If someone wants to be loved roughly, the rough me will love them. You could say this is yet another way I differ from my other half. Where she wants to be ultimately concentrate only one type of love in herself, I embody all of love and all of its infinite permutations.
Oh no, between the lack of gravity and the countless number of commas, I can even feel my senses being completely overwhelmed. I think just staying in this space for too long may destroy my mind.
Humans can't survive in space, they're just not made for it. That's why you can't hope to defeat a beast who is the universe. That's just simple application of logic. Now, my beloved soul, I'm gonna make you experience how terrifying that is. Don't worry, I won't let you die. I just want to break your spirit. So I'll reduce the oxygen to the bare minimum you need to survive, make the lack of gravity more pronounced, shut off every last light source, and let you drift around a completely dark, empty space without anyone or anything to help. Who knows what'll happen to your tiny human mind if you've been left alone in space like that. I don't know how long you'll last. It could be days, hours, or only minutes. But sooner or later, the cold darkness of space will shatter your spirit and you'll be desperate for warmth. In that moment, my love will be wholly consuming you and your pleasure will truly begin. Honestly, I can't say that I'm thrilled about that myself, since I really do detest all humans, but at least you have something to look forward to. Okay then, here goes. Enjoy your mind-shattering swim in zero gravity.
Not gonna lie, this sounds like BB's one zone, just like 10,000 times worse. What a fool she is, for I am light. So even if she plunges me into the dark, I am still light. The Cradle of Love. Plus, I'm pretty sure we got a strong mind. Feel as aimless and unmoored as a dandelion seed on the wind. This must be how I felt back then too. This explains why I remember so clearly. That's right, I remember now. I thought I accepted that my time had come to an end. I thought I was chanting prayers to the Buddha as I drifted out of sleep in my futon. But then at the very last moment, right as I let go of the final thread of tethering my soul to this world, I made a wish. I didn't accept it. I wanted to stay and keep loving the Tokugawa family. That's probably why this happened. It was that shamelessness that brought this punishment upon me. Can't say a thing. Master, please get a hold of yourself, Master. It looks like your connection is still barely hanging in there. Maybe Kama's love is doing this too. Maybe it's her way of saying that even if we can't communicate with him, there's nothing we can do to change the situation. At least I was able to adjust the anti-Tokugawa field's output, so it should just barely be able to fend off the Tokugawa-fication mental attack. But I don't know how long that'll last. Still, for the moment, let us try to stay calm and not panic. Oh, I feel like she's panicking.
It's okay, we're all here. We can't see anything either, but at least we can kind of sense where the other servants are from their magical energy.
I just unfolded my flying carpet. It may not be flying right side up, but it'll at least give us some frame of reference. I should be able to seat 4 or 5 people. I'll have the Jin-bring master here too. You're my thanks.
Why you just settled down on the carpet without breaking your size posture? I admire your unflappable composure.
I'm simply doing my best to adhere to the way of the sword, though I still have a far way to go before reaching true mastery.
Feel a lot better now. Thank you.
Or Parvati and Subone. We're here, although Subone is kind of lost in thought right now. I can understand how she feels. It must have been a huge shock for her.
I do sympathize with her, but right now we need to figure out our next move.
I agree. Thinking of anything, Sion? To be honest, her logic is unassailable. I can't think of anything that could refute it. It's true that humans cannot survive in space, so it follows they couldn't defeat a beast who is the universe either. And there's nothing we can do. There's only one possibility we can get out of this. We need to find a way to change the way this place is defined.
This part will crack you up. Oh boy.
We need to make this place somewhere that is not the universe, and we need to reinforce that non-universal definition.
Okay.
Okay, but how do we actually do something like that? Yes, it's an incredibly difficult problem to solve.
In my mind, this has always been the oak. Now
I'm alone, all alone, but that's okay. I deserve to be punished. I deserve to die for what I've done. I'm a malefactor who brought a beast of love here through my obsession. I brought about the Tokugawa's ruin. Lady Pa should have never saved me. Still, I know I don't have any right to ask, but if I could make one final request, I would have liked to die in the place where I dedicated my life. I know I had few allies there. I know a lot of people must dislike me for ruling it so heavily-handed. But even so, it's where I belong. If I'm going to die, that's where I would like to spend my final moments. In fact, why aren't I there right now? No. Think. I entered into a castle, I went to the Nakoboku, I went down the Osuzuruko, and then I went further. Even though that wicked god of love turned it to a labyrinth, even though it has an impossible basement now, even though it was so riddled with mistakes and misconceptions that I kept denying it, I heard him say plain as day, in my mind, this place has always been the Ooku. Why? Why? Why does he think that? Could it be? Maybe I had the wrong idea all along. Yes, that's right. I'll admit I did something terrible. I'll admit that I'm a fool. But that doesn't mean I'm not still the same person I always was. It doesn't mean that my life at this point was a mistake. After all, if an ordinary boy like him still knows about the Ooku hundreds of years in the future, then I couldn't have gotten that wrong. So I need to take responsibility. I need to fulfill my duties as the head of the Ooku. My name is Saito Fuku. My imperial name is Kasuga no Subon. I'm the woman who created the Ooku.
She's gonna take control!
Lady Pa, I have a request to make of you. Subon, I'm glad to see you're feeling better. So what would you like me to do? Don't worry, it's very simple. I'd like you to let go of my soul.
She's gonna be released and take control. Okay. Interesting.
I expect it won't be much longer now before I hear him breaking down into an ugly cry. Any moment now. Any moment. Oh, what's taking so long? How long does abuse have to wait to get a breakdown around here?
Oh, Kama, you're so impatient. That's adorable.
Oh, whoops. I just slipped out. Guess I got a little carried away now that I was so close to being fully mature. I'm just going to keep my expectations low, stick to being my usual downer self, and love the world while I continue to stare at it.
She's such a Soon. Oh my god, she's... The hate is just a lie. She's just Soon. Kama's just a Soon.
Now start separating Ninobutsuna. It's distracting.
Gordov. Oh, Gordov.
Why don't you have a drink? Keep upside down Chubb's company while he floats there. It's a crucial moment. I don't want him fading in and throwing me off my game on some stupid remark.
As you wish, my lady.
Come to think of it, you've been a very good assistant, haven't you? You've done everything I asked of you without a single complaint. Once I've achieved my goal, I'll make sure to reward you with lots of extra love. Wait, is it getting brighter over there? What is that light? I don't remember ever. Huh? Yes, that's right. I've forgotten something very important. I'm Kasuga no Subon. My name will always be spoken alongside the Tokugawa Ooku. So if I'm here now, this place must be the Ooku.
Go Subon.
You mean let go of you? I can't do that. You're nothing more than a soul right now. The only thing still holding you to this world is my spirit origin. If I let go of you now, you'll... It's alright. I have no intention of dying just yet. I simply realize there are some things I can only do as a soul.
Like?
Probably use other people's souls to build this Ooku of depravity. So as a soul myself, it stands to reason that I can rebuild this place into what the Ooku should be. Huh? What do you mean by that, Subon? I can't explain it logically, I just have a feeling I can do it. Maybe it's because this formless universe is connected to the Ooku Labyrinth, a place that does have a form. For whatever reason, I feel like it would be easy to turn this formless place into something more solid. True, that is the same thing Kama's doing. The logical underpinnings are sound. If you say you can do it, I'm willing to believe you. But I'm afraid you don't have anywhere near the amount of raw power necessary. There's only so much you can do as a single soul. To be frank, it would be impossible to fight back against this universe on your own. I know, which is why I also have a request to make of you two. Us? Lady Shahrazada, I would like you to tell us a story about how Kasuga no Subon should truly be. A heroic story that depicts her as a powerful, ferocious, absolutely undisputed ruler of the Ooku.
She's doing what Hans did! She's doing what Hans did for Kiara. I'm saying that name right now just because she's not here to hear me speak it. She's doing what Hans did with She Who Shall Not Be Named. That's brilliant. And used it to make me believe that I am like the Kasuga no Tsubone in Lady Shaherazade's story. So to brainwash yourself into being like the Kasuga no Tsubone in larger-than-life story? Yeah, I could do that. Since you're only a soul, I'm sure you wouldn't feel the effects directly. So use noble phantasms to form of mental self-modification. No, wait. Now that I think about it, it's very possible that Shaherazade's elf Leia could have an effect on you as well. After all, you may be telling a story about a person directly to that person's soul.
That's true. I can't be sure what will happen until I try. But I might just be able to infuse her with magical energy, similar to a partial summon.
It's definitely worth trying. There is no way that a human soul could not be affected by a heroic spirit. Noble phantasm like this. But on the flip side, you'll also no longer be able to maintain your original form if you do this.
That's alright, I know there are risks. Sure you want to do this? Now, don't give me that look. A wet nurse is supposed to take care of her charges. I'm honored to be able to help. You don't let your emotions control you, and you know to look at the bigger picture when giving orders. You really make an excellent general. What a good boy you are. Pat, pat. Name drops coming soon. Oh, snap.
That's your decision, Master. I'll do everything I can to help. Is there anything else you need?
Well, it would be nice if you could give me a little more time. The story of Kasuga no Tsubone is not one I can tell quickly.
I think I can do something about that. I'll put up a bounded field that can slow time inside it a little bit. Though I'm afraid I can only extend it about as far as my hands can reach, so you'll have to get very close to take advantage of its effects.
You're willing to help, Lady Paw. You didn't seem to like this idea earlier.
It's still dangerous. I still don't. It's dangerous, you know. But I can see how serious you are about this, even being aware of the risks. I can't say no to that.
Lady Fuku, it pains me to ask you to take this on this monumental task, knowing full well you're not a warrior. Though regretfully, even with all my mastery over the sword, I cannot take you to place. Forgive me.
What are you saying, Lord Moniore? You have your own valuable role to play here. I'm counting on you to handle that.
Right, I don't know how long I'll be able to take to finish the story, but I don't expect it will take 1001 nights. At any rate, while I am telling it, I would like you to keep Master safe. It shall be done, even if it should cost me my life.
Alright, no time like the present. Both of you, come stand next to me.
I'll be here, waiting.
Indeed, take this time to rest and recuperate. Of course, I know you're sitting on a flying carpet while a Lord Genie holds you on your shoulders, so I expect it may be difficult for you to fall asleep.
Meditation.
Fine idea. Such endless darkness as this may provide an excellent setting for clearing one's mind. Perhaps this will end up being a good training for you.
How can you just make a joke? Wait, it's possible he really believes that. I just can't tell.
I think it's a bit of both. Wait without thinking.
It would seem they are done.
These readings, it worked, didn't it? It did. Kasuga no Tsubone already left me. Although, she's still just as form of spirit right now.
Oh yes, I'm here. I'm now Kasuga no Tsubone, the one whose name is truly synonymous with the Ooku. I'm the one who founded the Ooku as a place to hold Tokugawa together. I'm its undisputed ruler, the one who comes to mind when anyone ever thinks of the Ooku. It's a little embarrassing to say things like that about myself, but no matter. Now then, where should I begin?
Good question. How about you start with light, then give us floor? That should be more than enough until we can manage to weaken Kama.
Understood. How bad Kama will devastate me. Probably fairly. The universe, an endless void? Absolutely not. I won't have it. This place is Kasuga no Tsubone's Ooku. Yes, that's right. I had forgotten something very important. I am Kasuga no Tsubone. My name will always be spoken alongside the Tokugawa Ooku. So if I'm here now, this place must be the Ooku. I really do like Kama's form in this. She looks awesome. Not gonna lie. Still no battle time yet. I'm at most going to be able to do 1 or 2 tries before I have to end things, unfortunately. I remember the dreams I had, the ones I dreamt while I was weak and dying. Now I'm going to put a stop to the evil that my own weakness and my death were created, and I will do so with the strength everyone believed in.
Can't see things like that. The Shogun cares more about... Okay, I've already read these.
Don't you give me that nonsense. There's a reason they say everything in moderation. It doesn't matter how compassionate you're being, and your laws end up making your citizens unhappy. What you should be concerned with is Lord Tsuneyoshi is making the world better for humans and animals alike. Oh. Stop that. You mustn't curl up and cry. You may be a child, but you're still the Shogun. You must hold your head high no matter what you are going through or how much you may feel like crying. You must show everyone else that the greatest Shogun is here, right here. You must show that you are ready to face whatever lies ahead bravely, no matter how young or immature you may be. That is your job right now, Lord Iketsu. It's a very important job that only you can do. A weak body leads to weak spirit leads to weak body. You still have lots of training to do. Go on then, pick up your practice sword and I'll spar with you myself. It's all just a dream, of course, I know that. I know I'm not really here for the future Tokugawa Shogun, but even so... Lord Hidetada, I know you're a great man, every bit the Shogun Lord Ieyasu was. There's nothing to begin to compare yourself to him. Besides, you did something Lord Ieyasu never thought to. You designated the greatest witness in Japan to raise your son, the greatest Shogun in the history of Japan. What in the world are you saying? No self-respecting Shogun would ever ignore his country in favor of his hobbies. From now on, you are to play no more than 2 hours of shogi per day. If you cannot stick to that, I'll hide your shogi reward myself. The Shogun's job is to keep Japan safe. It's exactly what a foreign enemy appears that is true if it's tested. What do you think quaking in your boots will achieve? You must stand up and fight. If you cannot win this fight, then rack your brain until you think of a plan. This may be an age where wars are settled with money and trade rather than swords and spears, but the principle remains the same. If the Shogun does not stand up and fight for Japan, then who will? That may be true, but only up to a certain point. Having too many children leads to feuds and power struggles. There are fewer things sadder than discord between siblings. Besides, it's not as though just anyone is due to be a concubine. You can't just go around laying your hands on any woman in the Ooku that catches your eye. If you keep appointing new concubines from the attendants who have just begun getting used to their jobs, how are the other attendants supposed to get anything done? From now on, I'll make sure you only show you women you have proper upbringing and are ready to be concubines. If there's anyone who catches your eye, all you have to do is let me know. I have 2 command codes on Melt. The one that removes debuffs and the one that increases crit strength. Both on quick cards. Yes, in the end, this is all only a dream. But even so, I feel better now. This was just what I needed to affirm who I am. That's right, I'm a woman who's a principal whom everyone thinks of when they are in the Ooku. They are essentially one and the same. That is who I am. Nothing and no one can change that. So take a look, Beast. Listen very closely. Feel it for yourself. Kasuga no Subone is always in the Ooku, and the Ooku is always the home to Kasuga no Subone. That is an indisputable fact, and you know it. Yet you would still try to insist this is your universe? Don't make me laugh.
Is that a floor? What happened to my universe?
Don't be ridiculous. Something like your universe would never have no place down here under the ground. This is the Ooku. My Ooku.
How'd you get here? Out of my way, you little pest. We were going to mess up my gravity and oxygen settings. That's right. Once again, I'll admit you were correct. Humans are not made to survive in the void. So our only chance is to deny that this is the void. And once your definition of this space becomes unstable, it gives us more options to play with. So I added magical energy-based thrusters to your mystic code, therefore keeping you upright, not moving around. I have also formed a life preservation zone around your head, so you should not have any trouble breathing.
Technology is amazing.
What do you think you're doing? Wipe that smile off your face. True of a human, were to find themselves floating in the unfathomably vast, cold, dark reaches of space, they would certainly panic in face of something so alien. But if we know what we're up against, that is a different story. After all, knowledge and understanding are mankind's 2 greatest weapons. As long as we have time to prepare, we can think of as many ways of fighting back as there are stars in the sky. That said, humans can only see up to 4,000 stars with the naked eye. But that is just more than enough for a lazy, apathetic beast like you. I might be able to cover the entire universe, but as long as you have light, gravity, and a solid place to stand, that's more than enough.
Indeed, with that unsettling floating sensation gone, I no longer fear for my life, and I can fight once again.
I promise you that if nothing else, I will keep this floor around no matter what. Go wherever you want, forward, back, left, right, it doesn't matter. I'll just make more floor.
I'm so sorry to burst your bubble, but stop and think a moment. How is this any different from when I gave you a floor out of the goodness of my heart when you first showed up? It's so cute how easily you lot think you've suddenly won. I can't stand it. That feeble effort of yours is just adorable. Makes me want to wad it up and throw it away like the trash it is. Do you not realize your situation hasn't actually improved at all? You've just gone back to the way things were before. There's still more than enough of us just to fill the whole universe. And your master's Tokugawa hasn't gone away at all. You're only just holding it back by cranking up the output on your anti-Tokugawa barrier further than it should go, right? I wonder how long that'll last against my infinite depravity. Honestly, it's just a matter of time until it all falls apart. Did you actually think you could win just by setting things back to how they were 5 minutes ago? What a joke. That's the most idiotic thing I've ever...
Allow me to prove them with another trusty blade. He's...
Oh, well, how unexpected. This should be good.
No, but Suna, what do you think you're doing? Remove yourself from my Ooku this instant.
Forgive me, Lady Kasuga. Oh, what about this? You may not be aware of it, but you actually owe me a favor. If you'll permit me to stand here, I will consider your favor repaid.
Me owe you a favor? If anyone owes you anything here, it's you for your treachery and betraying.
Lady Kasuga, it was Monk Tenkai and I who rescued your soul.
What?
You know, I did wonder why Kasuga no Tsubo's soul was the only one left in the void. You're saying you're the ones who put it there?
I am. When Monk Tenkai realized that Lorimetsu had been abducted, and that the Tokugawa name itself was facing an existential threat, he came to see me right away. Once we learned that the Ooku was the locus of the situation, we barely managed to help one person escape. The one we both deemed essential to resolving the situation I speak of is, of course, you, Lady Kasuga.
Wow, he's actually on our side. Hot damn.
I believe the reason you are able to preserve yourself and soul from them and manipulate your soul's energy right now may be due to the protection spell that Tenkai cast when we saved you.
Well, if that's true, then why were you working with Speech Woman until now?
Why else? Protect Tokugawa. It is quite simple. You said it yourself not long ago, Lady Kasuga. We must do what is right for the Tokugawa, no matter the cost to ourselves. For example, if Lord Imetsu were to pass away before me, I would not commit seppuku to join him. Regardless of the dishonor it would bring me, I will continue to support the Tokugawa name of serving the next shogun. Because that is what I believe I must do. Similarly, I believed I could best protect Tokugawa by staying alive until now, even if it meant I was branded a traitor.
Well, why didn't you say so sooner? I had no idea that's what you're up to.
I would have cut Kama down from behind, but it did not seem as though it would kill her. So my only choice was to have Lord Tenkai help me provide with less direct form of assistance. What? Why is he coughing up so much blood?
No way, did he really? Sion. At least direct form of assistance. Those Hanafuda cards give identical readings to Ooku like they're made up from parts of the Ooku, and this Ooku is made from the energy of human bodies and souls. In which case, it would not be all surprising if those Hanafuda cards were made from someone's body.
His organs?
I can scarcely imagine what has become of my insides. Though I suppose I could find out if I were to cope with my stomach. At any rate, this is there's still one more thing.
It looks as though the card's black box is all activated at once, and now they're running a backdoor program. Let me see what their effects are. Changing their temperament? No, their reveal's already there. Huh? No, wait just a damn minute. I didn't plan for this.
This should be the right time and place to admit this. I, Matsudara Izo no Kubanaya, am the man who utterly robbed the Tokugawa family of their reputation and significance. My actions today should prove as such. In order to protect the Tokugawa, I completely betrayed their trust in me.
So the Hanafuda cards are made up of the same energy used to construct the Ooku, and they're part of your body. And now they have taken on a whole new meaning. Shogun Yoshinobu's pillbox contained the outward-facing power, but these cards contain the inward-facing power, which means they can be used to neutralize Soul's Tokugawa vocation. And the master uses them.
But what about that samurai? These cards are made up from his own body, right? If we use them up. Do not worry about me. I would have never done this if I weren't ready to give my life. Besides, I doubt you have any other choice.
Thank you, I promise to make good use of them. Everyone, please, give Master all the Hanafuda cards we've collected. I guess this means her advice to collect these cards turned out to be the right call after long.
Okay, so that is that. I think now is when the fight comes. Like I said, we're going to be able to do 1, maybe 2 tries of this. Shows the severity of Tokugawa vocation. As you choose the easy route, use inroad skills and do the ignoble deeds, your Tokugawa vocation progress increase. The more severe your Tokugawa vocation, the stronger combo becomes. Ooku Hanafuda have the power to reverse your Tokugawa vocation once Tokugawa gauge will be depleted, as you can exchange and then the Ooku Hanafuda tab on the event reward screen. So I just want to see what exactly it is. So the Ooku Hanafuda. So I'm guessing that as I use the white Hanafudas, I get the black Hanafudas. Am I correct in that, Deante? Is that a correct assumption? Also, we need doubles. We got a full squad here, everybody. Still don't have things, but, okay. Melt. This. That. That was the wrong person to swap around. And then Scotty. It's like comma phage points. Gotcha. Alright. So, we're not able to swap things around, unfortunately. So, realistically enough, trying a 3-turn here is... Or trying a 3 servants, it's the best we're going to be able to do. You know? I mean, actually... Can I afford this as a backline? I can. I can almost afford this as a backline. Shoot. I want to give King Hassan this. I'm just going to give this a shot or two and see how it goes, to be honest. I don't think I've got poster girls now. I just want to see what this does. What this is all about. Feels so much better now. So much better.
No, I see. Those are no ordinary butterflies in these cards. They are from Izu, the crest of the Matsudaira clan.
Lord Maninori, how fortunate you are here. There's one plan. Last plan Lord Tenkai and I devised. A spell he engraved into my body at the cost of his own life. I will say this only once. Look upon what I have done. I am without doubt Tokugawa's mortal enemy.
You are a truly loyal man, Matsudaira. No, Izu no Kami no Butsuna.
No, I'm not. I'm a traitor. I must be for this to work. Now, do what you must do, Lord Moninori.
Then I must cut you down where you stand.
Yes, do it.
Do it. Complete your trading. Lord Nobutsuna is no more than a soul, just like Lady Fuku. I do not know if this is the result of Lord Tenkai's spell or his own sheer willpower, but is now like Lady Fuku, he too can change his shape. I expected that this shape would be no more than a single blade, a blade meant to be the Tokugawa's mortal enemy.
He became a sword? He's Shiro.
So instead of Izumi no Kame Kanashida blade, you have instead become an imitation blade of Izu no Kami Muramasa. Very well, I will not let your loyalty go to waste. Just this once, Ayagi Tashima no Kami, warfare instructor of the Tokugawa family, will take up a false Muramasa blade to destroy the false Tokugawa.
I see. It's also the same Shogun Yoshinobu's power. He turned the blade into the ultimate anti-Tokugawa weapon. He spent all this time honing this blade, himself trusting that someone worthy of wielding him would come along and end this. He chose to become the ultimate weapon to bring this false Tokugawa down from the inside. What the hell is happening here? I knew Nobutsuna was betraying me. Oh, I was surprised by that he helped Subone escape. I knew he was making those cards, leaving them for you to find while you thought I was busy reading. I only kept him around because I was looking forward to seeing the look on his face when he found out all of his work was for nothing. He wasn't supposed to actually succeed. He was obviously far more loyal to the Tokugawa family than you could have ever conceived. That's why you failed to see the full scope of his plans. Of course, how could I possibly be expected to see something like this coming? You were telling me the whole reason he betrayed the Tokugawa shogunate to begin with so he could imbue his own life with Tokugawa properties? And that he chose to be killed just so he could turn himself into Tokugawa slayer and help defeat me? I don't even know where to begin. It's utter nonsense. Worse than that, I can't even come close to describing how sickening it is. There's only so much suffering humans should be possibly able to endure. Just how much do you love hurting yourself anyways?
I understand what he was thinking. As his witness, I couldn't be prouder. This is exactly what I was trying to teach him ever since he was a small boy. Well, Lord Nobutsuna, you may have handled it a little clumsily, but like always, regardless, you've truly outdone yourself. The Tokugawa family could never ask for a more faithful retainer. In fact, I'll put it another way. This is exactly what Lord Nobutsuna was trying to protect. This is the pure expression of his love. Oh, Izu no Kami is the name of Hijikata's sword. Really? I didn't know that.
Absolutely not. I'm the only one who gives love here. I'm the one who fills the universe with it. None of you need love of your own, especially any sort of love I know nothing about. Come, a piece of lust. That is exactly why you never met and mankind will never get along. It feels good to love someone, and there are endless ways to do so, but you want to control all of that love by yourself. If you grow full of maturity, it would mean the end of the world. Even the entire universe could go up in flames. So I'm going to stop you here and now, no matter what it takes. I don't want someone else monopolizing the act of loving others. I wouldn't even be a heroic spirit if it wasn't for love. As for whether that was true love or not, well, that's going to have to be my little secret.
Yes, I certainly don't want anyone controlling other world's love either. I'm not quite sure how I know this, but I know that this is precious. After all, love is only a thing that can help me forget my fear of death.
In my case, I still only know about my love in theory, not in practice. But everyone has told me that I'll know it when I feel it, and that it's meant to be shared with someone special.
Oh, Mash, you know what love is. Hey, Wobbuffet, welcome, welcome. Probably to the tail end here.
Just imagining something like that in the future makes my heart skip a beat. Right now, my heart is telling me, in certain terms, that it doesn't want your brand of love. Frankly, I don't see how one-sided depravity could ever do the job. That's desire, not love.
I'm gonna be probably wiping Takama here at full power here, and then calling things, you know.
Master, we're counting on you to take down Beast the Third L. We'll be backing up here as best we can.
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No more.
There are way too many comma isotopes to count, and probably the more will probably keep flying in to back her up. However, I'm sure there is still only one common control. Take out the head, and the rest should follow.
Understood. I know what I must do, and I will see that it is done. I will lay her to rest with this very blade. Prepare yourself.
I swear, you're as adorable as farm-growing piglets.
Why Mashu? Mashu is main waifu. Mashu is waifu.
You're all just one big pile of earthly desires. In this case, the desire to go around loving whoever you want. Alright then, since that woman I'm meant to surpass isn't here anymore, I'll say this in her place. Bon, divide or relinquish all one's earthly desires. My love for the fire of depravity that satisfies all earthly desires. When all desires are satisfied, they will cease to exist. That's right, I'm going to save all of mankind. Sure, that salvation will result in nothing new being created again, but so what? I'm worried about that. I'm just humans after all. Now come to me, my beloved master. I'll crush you to your arrogant dreams of defeating me right here and now and replace with endless depravity of this new universe. By making this historical garden of love into a trap meant to lure people into sin, I'll emerge as the beast of disaster that my other half could never hope to become. I'm Beast the Third Lapse. I'm the demon king of decadence and depravity. Now feel my infinite love.
Also white hair. You know. And... Starry heavens. Evil of humanity overflows.
サンサーラ・カーマ。祖は輪廻を止める愛の世界にして介護投げ打つ堕落のいざない。我が身という宇宙で欲愛は応一し煩悩は執着す。ラーガ、マーナ、クレーシャ、アースラバ、すべてを菩提寺のもとへと届けましょう。マーラ、アバローダ。煩悩無量性だ。
$1.2 million. $1.2 million.
No guts, no glory.
ね、なんだか。
Also, we got a buff. I forgot to check what that buff is. Wait. Wait. What? Wait. Why are we getting debuffs? Hang on. Wait. Why are we getting debuffs to high health? Why was I just debuffed to high health? That's tiny text. Eternal Love. During normal attacks, restore HP by 1000. Nullify buff. 1 time for 2 turns. Decrease art effectiveness 3 turns. Quick effectiveness 3 turns. Buster effectiveness 3 turns, defense 3 turns, debuff resistance 3 turns. Good freaking lord! I've got one shot. I'm not gonna miss my chance to blow this opportunity. It comes once in a lifetime. Melt. Let's see how hard you can hit. Maybe I'll get through one bar. Maybe. One bar! That's a success for me. I got through 1.5 millions.
無駄なこと。無限の宇宙と無限の愛にもはや区別などなく、人は呼吸を失うが断り、はあ、溺愛とはよく言ったもの。愛に溺れ、どこまでも落ちる快楽に失速せよ。人間、煩悩無量性が。
She removed my attack buffs. She removed my attack buffs on Melt. How am I supposed to fight if I don't have any buffs? Oy vey. Short. Just keep kicking, Melt. Just keep kicking. She summoned another of herself. Yay, guts! Go, guts! Good lord, look at these debuffs. Just keep kicking! I've not paid attention if there is an April Fool's game released yet, Waba Fett. I was not aware that they released the their annual April Fool's game just yet. Damn. Oh, thank you for the clip, Larvitar. Thank you for the clip. Oh boy. Oh, wait. I have power now. Power is starting to return. Power is starting to return.
我が名に紐付けられし力、我が声に応えて門を開け。来たれ我が死、神の死。ゲートオブスカイ。
But I'm gonna have to check this April Fool's app then.
煩悩無量聖願だ。無名
Another?
愛煩悩無量聖願だ。
Why'd she bring
我
out
は
another?
煩悩の化身にして第六天の王。落ちてた愉快な欲の星にマーラアバローだ。力足らずか。
Why? How did she summon another one of herself? Okay, what debuffs do I have going right now? I got one nullify buff. 2 sets of downs for every skill. Do it. No guts, no glory. Did that get rid of the nullify buff? It did. Excellent. Also, it kind of occurs to me, these things are not attacking me. What is their deal? When HP removes a single enemy's debuffs, apply debuff resist down for 3 turns, and NP seal on a single enemy per turn. They're dangerous as hell, in other words. Lovely. Melt. Smash.
やればいいんでしょ。邪魔者にはそろそろご退場願おうかしら。楽しみましょう。見つけどの私が行くのに宇宙の私に愛で欲しけ欲しい
だ。BAA. Yeah, I suppose we can send somebody a raid after I'm done. They know Phantasm. You son of a biscuit.
アバローだ。少し走無味を照らすは愛の光。どの私が行くのに欲しく欲しいだ。
Well, you know, I could probably do it. Honest to goodness, if I used my seals, I could definitely punch through this like with command seals. No questions about that. This bar would be dead with command seals. Joining the evils. The next bar, I don't know. But I definitely feel like I could do this. It's just gonna cost me maybe just all my seals? And maybe a corpse or two. But I think I could beat her full power. It wouldn't be done quickly at all, like I said, but... Oh, there's that ignore invincibility I was worried about. $1.7 million. That's how much damage I did. even if I could with command spells, today is not the day to do it because my dinner is, or not my dinner, but family dinner is pretty much done. And I've got a 3-hour test to be taking here that needs to be done within the next, 6 hours. So yeah. It hurts. But I think... Aw, you were gonna give me a $100 dono, J6? That would've been nice. But, I do think that I am going to have to call this stream here. It was something. This last fight, it's gonna be fresh hell, to say the least. I will be, obviously, if I can redo this fight, I'm gonna be doing it a couple times. Mashu definitely deserves a chance to smash another beast to paste. I still need to wait for a memorial quest for another Tiamat try for Mashu to get 3 beasts under her belt in prime combat, but... Oh, gotcha. Fair, J6, fair. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call this here. I will send a raid out to Infinity. He's supported me a lot, so I might as well send him some support here as well. But for now, for those watching on YouTube and those that are heading out, I've been Soulrack Dragon. I hope that you've enjoyed this stream. If you have, leave me some feedback in whichever way you so see fit. If you want to check out more by me, be sure to check out my channel here on Twitch or YouTube. Same name, same game. Drop me a follow if you want to know when I go live. Drop me a sub on YouTube if you want to see my videos when they go up. And yeah, outside of all that, thank you guys so much for coming out. I hope you enjoyed. Have a fantastic evening, everybody.